Day here. I know I've rescheduled a couple times today, but we just got home and I'm opening a Diet Coke. I hope y'all have your drinks, your herbs. Happy 420 day to the herbalists out there. I hope you're all having a great day. I'm trying not to spill my soda. Let's get going. Let's get into this shit.
You're beautiful but unsatisfied since day one. You were getting teased and it scarred you when you were young. Now you're getting older and you've been on the grind. Your paper off the scale so you feel like it's time. So you got a nose job, that's the primary thing. People tease you as a kid and for some reason you hit. Always into high fashion, girl, you heavy like lead. Liposuction out your shell like a chicken and egg. Feeling confident but now you're becoming obsessed. First your nose, then your weight, now your butt and your breast. It's a vanity fair, cosmetic overdose. Fiending for a next operation like it was dope. Now you feel the need to skin pill, your skin's no good. But if those around you were real, they'll tell you the truth. Just because you spending thousands, that don't make it alright. Had one problem, now it's many going under the knife. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, face lines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, face lines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on. Vanity Fair, yeah. Changing one or two things, cool girl, do you? Do you wanna be beautiful and look like you? Or do you wanna look like someone you saw in a magazine or video, but not in the raw? I like nice shaped bodies, bikinis Brazilian, but too much of anything just isn't appealing. Some people spend a lifetime, even a million. No grace like those unhappy when chilling. A girl with a big butt, big lips, small hips is what we all love to see, and men dream about this. There is nothing wrong with getting something broken fixed. Some women get a breast job cause cancer assists. Some women want to please their man and insist. And a woman really loves you if she wants to do this. But abuse ain't the same as intention was cared. So be careful of the drug called the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, face lines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, face lines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, face lines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, face lines, look at your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on.
Hey y'all, let me go back up here right quick and say hello to everybody. Well, some of you aren't going to be in here anymore. Let me just go up to hey Cash, hey Potato Patch, Stargazer, Clemson Girl. We'll just go to that far. Was that Justice? I've had kids. I have 3 sick kids, so I've been all over the place. Sorry, I haven't really paid attention to anything lately. Hey Nada. Saucy. Outlaw. Let me see where I'm at. TLC Bell. Miss Lee. RC Nada Rebecca. Petunia Smiles. See again. SN Park. Wim. Rogue House. Wings of Faith. Cool Gamer. Wild Violet. Sheila. Darby. Kitten Claus. Felony Melanie. Brittany. Rockabit. Millie. Jackalope. Cat. Brenda. Peg. Angel. All right, y'all. Lane. Zoya. Angel, thank you for becoming a member. Texas Tiffany. See you. Hold on. Where'd you guys go? Now it moved. Angel, thank you for becoming a member. Where did I miss people? Rebel Rose, Cambry. Sorry, y'all. It's skipped around on me a lot. Mother of two boys, Lane. Damn it. Every time it keeps paging up on me. Hey, Karen. Okay. We're going to hop into it. Happy 420 to all my herbalists out there. You know, smoke them if you got them, if you want to, if you can. If you can't, I'll partake tonight for you after children are in bed. Don't worry about that. Hey, Summer Butterfly. Hey, Bad Apple. We're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. A couple things I need to address right quick. Buckle up. Next week's going to get spicy. I've been working on something, and next week's just going to be fun. Let's put it that way. Well, maybe not fun, but it's going to be explosive. Let's put it that way. Hey, Beaverhausen. YouTube is struggling today. Lots of glitches. Ooh. Did you find it yet, Cash? Did you find the purple? Hey, there you go, Beaverhausen. I got mine yesterday. Oh, Texas Tiff, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Sucks, I'm out. I can't celebrate 420. Number one fan, Functions by Radar. Cat the P. Hey, y'all. Okay. Nope. Not giving any hints. Slapping facts. We're back to slapping facts. So meanwhile, yesterday, we are pulling out the videos because I never post receipts. So we pulled out the videos of receipts to debunk some of the lies that are being thrown around. And meanwhile, y'all, I didn't realize that while we were live yesterday, somebody came in the chat and asked me to clarify an amount that was collected. I didn't realize that there was creators talking about amounts and giving numbers and stuff at the current time. I was totally unaware of that. I've explained that again. There is absolutely no way of knowing how much was collected. There's just no way. So, again, please do your research, ask the questions if you have them. There's just a lot of misinformation being spread in so many facets. It's ridiculous. Hey, Mercedes. Hey, Dee. Hey, Nunya. So I'm going to hop right back in. We're going to walk down memory lane a little bit further. But I guess while we were doing some memory lane yesterday, one of the little not so nice friends of ours over there got really triggered, and she is attempting to blame everybody else for people's mental health issues and so on and so forth. Well, here's the thing. You continue to attack me. You continue to make this a personal thing about me when it's never been personal for me whatsoever on any facet. It's just not. It's just part of where we're at. But you continue to attack me personally. I'm going to continue to come back with the facts. And the facts are you are making Letitia look absolutely foolish. That's on you, not me. Vada made a community post and everybody else, poor everybody else. That's just not what's happening. Not what's happening. Calling out the facts of what actually did go on is part of the story. That's not an attack on anybody. You continue to lie, so I'm going to continue to hit you in the face with the facts. Let's go. And this is going to take us right into our next rabbit hole. Oh, yay! Yay us. Here we go. This is by the way, if you're new here or are not understanding what we're doing, these are my old videos that I put out months ago. This is the content that I did put tons of receipts in. I don't go back and show all this stuff because I've done it for months and months. But when people continue to lie on me and make it a personal attack on me and my family, I'm going to continue to hit you with the facts. And that makes other people uncomfortable. So let's go.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We are going to continue on with Misinformation Cronies, part 5.1, Return of the Ignorance. First up, we will be going over a stream that was done by LB in regards to the Marvon McCrae situation. If you would like to see the full video, as I did piece out quite a bit of it, it is on her channel LB from August 8th.
Ouch. Ouch.
I originally did this video with the voiceover like 3 or 4 days ago. But due to things that I have learned and information with proof that has came out over the last few days, my opinion changed on a few things. So I have came back in and revamped a few of my commentary because my opinion has constantly been changing throughout this case. As of a couple days ago, if you would have asked me if I thought Elle had information of what was going on behind the scenes between the other creators and the family, I would have probably answered yes. I would have assumed that any creator willing to risk their reputation would have absolutely gotten this information from the other creators or the family themselves. However, now hearing Elle say that she's never spoke to the family directly, a lot of things are making more sense.
Like, Elle was brought in because she has a personal background in history with Katie. So as soon as Molly and Katie started having issues, there was a deployment that absolutely took off. And Elle was brought in with Molly and Spanky to provide facts and details on Katie. Now, I have to say, there is some stuff that Elle is being factually true on. There is some things that have been done to her that are not cool at all. That's part of the history, and we'll get into that very soon.
Again, I don't know any of these creators personally, so none of this is a personal thing for me. I'm looking at this purely based off facts as we have found them out. And unfortunately, most of the facts we found out way after the fact, and they should have been the very first things we learned. And unfortunately, I don't feel like we're any closer to a full answer in this story than we were 2 weeks ago.
Huh.
As things continue to come out and people now have decided to just pull away, I'm like, what? The assumption that people have that because these other exclusive creators that started this with the family have moved on from this topic now, that the rest of us should just move on and stop talking about it. Everybody should be satisfied, even though refunds have been lied about, everything has been lied about from day one,
Still,
and we're still being lied to. We're just supposed to move on and act like sunshine and rainbows, right? Everybody want to hold hands since we're all good. We're all just forgiving and forgetting and moving on.
this shit cracks me up because now that you know my real voice and you know how I talk, you can hear my real voice. Somebody said that yesterday that they can pick up, like, oh, yeah, this is definitely Becky with the voice changer. Yeah, it is. Especially when you realize the shit I say that comes out of my mouth. Yeah. Now you guys know.
Right?
Oh, our buddy.
Do what Smiley says. You're good enough. You're smart enough. Gosh dang it. He will like me. Oh, sorry. We're doing L, not Justin. I forgot. Sorry. Let's get into it.
I kind of told myself as far as with the Dre McCray, and I know that Justin and Molly, they are starting to cover, other stories as well, just because there's not a lot happening in this case.
Y'all do realize that there hasn't been anything happening in this case for quite some time?
Like the entire time.
It's just been drug out over and over and over and over again, and it never needed to get here anyways.
The dad filed for full custody, or he's filing for custody. We don't know exactly what he's filing for. All we know is he's filing for some sort of custody agreement. We don't know if it's full custody. We don't know if it's 50-50. We don't really know what he's doing, but he did file. That court date was set for August 3rd. He got pushed back to October.
I wanted to insert that part because that is correct information. To my knowledge, the court date did get moved to October. I don't really cover much about the children, but that is pertinent.
No, there was never a case whatsoever. Social media kicked off an investigation because of all the chaos. More than 20 investigators have looked through this case. The final police report cleared everything. There was never a case to begin with. It was a tragedy that turned into an absolute shit show and a whole lot of grifting for a lot of money.
Information that people have asked, and that is truthful.
And then I know that Molly still talks to Miss Letitia. I know that she talks to Miss Juanette, and they have not abandoned nobody. They did not quit speaking to us. I personally,
Kathy P, if EKC is saying that I'm threatening anybody, first and foremost, they need to prove it and they need to show it up front. Because I specifically have not threatened a single fucking person. And if me slapping you in the face with the facts of what is actually happening is threatening to you, you should have never stepped foot in this fucking arena, first and foremost. EKC and Vada need to sit on down because they're part of the whole shit that's about to come out next week. The whole history of the clusterfuck of that for years and years and years and what has gone on. Yeah, they have a hand in all that too. But we'll get into that later.
He never spoke to Miss Letitia outside of on a live stream when she would call in and I would say, hey, Miss Letitia, or like when Marvin Sr. came for like a little bit of an interview, answer questions. And I asked him some questions. Other than that, I've never spoke to him personally. I think Justin has their number and I think Justin and Molly, they talk to them and they still are good with them.
Before, I thought this was probably BS, but now, after seeing all the text messages from Letitia and others, I believe 100% that Elle has had no communication with the family. And I also believe that that was at the discretion of the other exclusive creators that no contact was made.
I know there's some rumors going around that the admins for the Justice for Vaughn page, that they've jumped ship and abandoned the calls, and that's not happened. They've just gotten overwhelmed with things that they've had to, they are just, I don't want to say they are just housewives to make it seem like that's not something of importance because it is. What I mean though is, they don't have jobs to where they're being paid to be on Facebook all day long to answer messages and filter through the comments that are bullying because people, they have this page to where they have, thousands of people on this page leaving comments all the time. And some of them are comments that need to be removed. So they have to go through everything and they're getting messages, they're getting bombarded. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. Like, oh, they're just housewives. Because that's what I'm
She's a bobblehead doll too.
about to say. Like, these are just housewives, but it's not meant like in a negative way. It's just their job is not to do this. They're not being paid to run this page. And it got to where they were having to spend a lot of time on that page trying to filter through the messages, the comments. So they didn't expect it to blow up and it's overwhelming. Exactly.
Oh, poor babies. They didn't expect it to blow up and it's overwhelming. Well, they should have stepped right out of involving themselves in a family's tragedy. That's their own faults. Nobody else's.
Exactly. They just kind of shut it down for a little bit. I mean, I can still see the page. I think the last time I went, I can still see it. You just can't comment at the end of ship type of situation. It wasn't like, oh, the admins realized that this is a fraud and they just abandoned it. I think if the admins thought something like that, they would make a post and say, hey, listen, it's come to our attention, XYZ.
And as of last night, you can read the admin and the creator of the group's own words of why she shut the groups down and left.
Functions. Can you say it louder for the people in the back? Because you are spot on. The overlap, the history, the cluster, that's why I'm here today. Because I don't know any of these effers and I don't want to know them, especially after doing some research.
It wasn't because they just needed a break. The creator and the main admin, yes, there are others, have been asking for transparency from the start. They started this.
Oh, Clem, thank you so much. Well, if that's threatening to them, I don't know. You can see that's where it's so confusing because they can sit there and make personal attacks, lie on me, even about like records. Like it's a personal attack from them, constant personal attack. So I guess me hitting with the facts makes them uncomfortable. I don't see how that's threatening, but whatever.
Group with great intentions to try and help a family see their son is what they thought they were doing. Yet they couldn't even get straight answers from the family or these creators. It was always something else coming up, always drama, something always overshadowed anything being asked about transparency. And yes, the Justice for Vaughn group is still up. It does have admins. The couple that were left after the creator did part ways, they are still there, holding on for dear life.
And they gave the reasons for why they put it on hold. They haven't shut it down. They're putting it on hold. And they gave the reasons why. It's overwhelming. Everything is just turned into any little thing that's done is turned into it's being done for the wrong reasons. And that sucks. And it's sad.
It actually is really tragic. 100%. It is absolute tragedy that this story has turned out the way it has. I 100% agree with that.
Literally still talks to Miss Letitia. They still talk. Everything is good with them. I think Miss Letitia was going to try to go see Marvin this past weekend, but then she got called for a double, I think.
This is where I start realizing that Elle is on a need-to-know basis by these other exclusive creators and or the family. I'm starting to really realize that Elle was barely told anything.
Only way we're going to get updates is if Dre decides, you know what, I have nothing to hide.
Interesting note too, as of recent, when the final police report was released and I talked about it, and Molly and Justin refused to talk about the police report, they just showed the body camera footage and the 911 call. Elle posted on her community page asking if somebody would share the final police report with her, because the misinformation cronies, aka Molly, Justin, those guys, they didn't even share it with her. So she's been on a need-to-know basis of handed information, because you spoon feed information to people like this. You know that they're going to run with anything you give them. So they've been spoon feeding Elle the entire time. And that's where, for me, I'm really noticing that some creators like Elle, like a bunch of them, they gather their information off of other sources. They do not do any of the research themselves. They take whatever they can grab off of what somebody else has done and they run with it. There is absolutely no integrity, no research, no nothing. They just latch on to whatever they can. They don't know how to research themselves.
I'm coming back out there and I'm
And
going
that's
to give updates on my
obvious.
husband because I know there's followers out there that wants to know how he's doing. So for them, I'm going to do it. Or when mom and dad go visit and we don't know when they're going to go visit.
Anybody who has watched Dre for any amount of time should know beyond a shadow of a doubt that she's not done yet. She might be quiet right now, but she ain't done yet. And anybody that thinks that's crazy.
Yeah, Molly spoke to one of the admins the other night. I mean, it's a sad thing. And I can tell you personally, I don't think anything about this is a scam. If I saw some proof that it was, I would immediately.
I have to say something here because this kind of irks me a little bit. But me and others tried to bring this to LB's attention multiple times. I got blocked on numerous accounts trying to bring this to their attention that there was something wrong here.
My reasonings for doing this have been for fun for the situation because I feel for him.
That bitch got 2 of my alts.
I never really pushed a GoFundMe or, I never really pushed.
No, the YouTube creators didn't push the GoFundMe. They pushed the Cash App, the PayPal, the Zelle, the.
Clem, I agree with you 100%. But here's the thing you need to understand from this side of things. You continue to make it a personal attack and continue to come at me and continue to come at my family. Why was my other half doxxed? He didn't have anything to do with this when he was doxxed. Why have the antis continue to attack me? The only reason is because they think I'm associated or affiliated with Katie. They don't give a fuck about Marvin. Let's be honest here. They don't give a shit about Marvin. They give a shit about discrediting the people that they think are around Katie. I've never been a fan of Katie's. Period, point blank, end of story. Ain't going to happen, especially after what the fuck I know now. Not going to happen. But let me just say this. You want it to stop, tell them to stop fucking coming at my real life. I won't talk about the facts anymore of what they're misleading everybody to. I'll continue to put out the facts on everything that I feel necessary. But if they want that to stop attacking me. Stop coming at me non-stop. Stop lying on me. This personal bullshit attack from EKC and Vada, fuck that shit. I don't play petty little girl games. We hit with the facts.
Venmo, those payment apps, the ones that are almost impossible to get a refund
never
from.
agreed to do that. I think that's wonderful that people find it in their hearts. Like, hey, this is.
I give a fuck's broken.
I know they're struggling. There was, lawyers involved in this.
Lawyers.
They're going to go visit. They're going to need somewhere to stay. It's going to be gas. So I want to help out. I think that's awesome that people, do that. And I think everyone that does it, they do it because they have faith that what we're being told is the truth. They have faith. And that's why I cover this. I have faith that what we're being told is the truth. If something comes out and it's not what we've been told, I will say, hey, it looks.
So one thing I have noticed within this group of people in their past history, it is very obvious that you can find a pattern that they are spoon-fed information from bigger creators. They are handed their information to put out by bigger creators. They lump themselves in with these other groups, usually like Elle, those people lump him in with anybody that's bigger than them that dislikes Katie. Then the other side goes to the other way. It's been this constant back and forth battle for years. But they are spoon-fed their information. Again, it's absolutely crazy.
Looks like I was wrong.
Again, this is just my opinion, but I think you have a bunch of creators who are used to covering reality TV.
That
Reality TV and cases like this are two separate worlds. This type of case has to be based off facts, facts only. And if you don't have the facts of the case, you have to go find those before you report on them. You cannot trust another creator to provide you with factual information. You have to do that yourself, and nobody did that in this case. I think there's an expectation that goes with working with other creators that what they are providing you is factual information. Yet, I think that's a problem because as we're seeing, I don't even know if the other creators know the facts of this case that they've been covering.
that's
But that also goes back to reality TV versus real life are two separate, entirely different segments. Big leaps here.
Lynn.
And it doesn't make you a bad person. You know, for all these people that's like, it's a scam and these YouTubers are falling for it. If that was the case, we would not be bad people for believing that people really needed help. You know what I'm saying? And
First of all,
So they wouldn't be bad people because they've carried this on for months and months and months. It was supposedly about justice for Vaughn, which should have never been. Should have been about dignity for Vaughn. It should have never been an internet issue to begin with. It's a personal family tragedy that should have never been brought here. But here we are. So they're not bad people because they just believed everything without any research.
I don't think anybody's a bad person for falling for a scam. That's how scams happen. But I think that when people are providing you factual information and you ignore it,
my mind, people that just jump to the
Well, this is my video. This is my content from the beginning. This is all the videos that I did in the beginning that lay out receipts, lay out videos. We started looking through some of them yesterday, and I was like, holy shit, there was a lot of stuff that we forgot had even happened. So that has been over there for one instance. That has been over there claiming that I have a worse record than Letitia Bias. She has been, again, personal attack. Nothing to do with the facts. She is trying to discredit, defame, come at me, slander me, come at my page. Me, personally, my other half, my children. That has been her take. So she's over there saying, oh, Nonsense has a worse record than Letitia Bias. Well, we pulled the clip yesterday, and you have Goose, who is a part of that group, on video from August talking about Letitia's prison sentence. Absolutely craziness. They can't even get their story straight in their own circle.
the conclusion that it's a scam, it's because they aren't like soft-hearted people and the type of people that have a lot of empathy for other people, and they are those type of people that always are side-eyeing. You know what I'm saying? Like every little thing, they're like, what's your motive? And it's because they have motives. You know what I'm saying?
my motive from day one has been to tell Marvon's story truthfully. That's been my only motive the entire time for any coverage in this case.
And I'm not saying this is the case, you guys, because I don't think it is. But let's just say hypothetical, right? Somehow we find out that this, and I hate to even say this because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, especially Miss Letitia's. I think her feelings have been hurt enough. But hypothetical, and I don't think this, but let's just say, and Miss Letitia, if you watch this, I'm not saying this, I'm just saying hypothetical, just to get people to kind of understand. Okay, me and Molly and Justin, we've been doing these videos covering the situation, really pushing for Vaughn, pushing for his parents. Just say if there's a soldier in need, there's helpers. It's hypothetical, okay? Say we've done all this work trying to help her, and just say somehow we find out that she blew all this money on XYZ, and that she only went and seen Vaughn once, and she never goes back and see him, and she never hired a lawyer, and none of that. And they're living the high life on all the money that was sent to them. Say we find that out. I would be devastated that someone done that, you know.
But at what point do you start paying attention to the information around you and saying something isn't making sense? Maybe we should slow down and actually make sure we have gathered all the facts and we're basing our opinions off these facts. Did you think about slowing down ever and taking a breath and maybe looking at it?
Of Molly's followers, of Molly, of Justin's followers, of Justin, of me, of my followers, I would be devastated. I would.
Oh, by the way, too, for those of you that caught my mix up this morning, I posted the wrong link in my members only poll. And some of you guys caught it and messaged me, and they're like, Becky, you posted the wrong link. By the way, that video is fucking hysterical. I didn't realize Lobster Man, Steve McRae, has long hair and no hair up top. That was the first video I've ever seen his face in, and I about fell on the floor laughing. It's actually really funny. So if you want to watch that one, it's hysterical. The title of it is I think Steve Rose Uni or something. I don't know. It's fucking hysterical though, because I had never seen what he looked like until then. And I was like, oh, wait, what are you guys doing to me? Great hole.
Apologize that happened. And I would say, well, I believed someone and I was wrong. And that's all I could do,
Yes, Lynn.
And I wouldn't be upset that people were mad. Well, like, well, dang, I believed her and I donated. I think people would have a right to be upset by that.
I want to be very clear when I say that I don't think that all creators involved in this are as innocent as some are trying to put off. There is a lot more going on behind the scenes with the family and the creators and decisions that were made than a lot of people are obviously aware
So
of.
people that question before donating don't have empathy. Come on now. No, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's okay to question like, what's going on here? But if you were looking at me and Molly and Justin and saying that we're doing this for any reason other than why we're doing it, I feel like you are that type of person that can't see that we're doing this for the right reasons because maybe you don't do things for the right reasons.
Again, I get what she's trying to do here, but it's not making sense because I'm not monetized. I have only had one mission in this entire.
That has changed now. As you guys know, as of the first of the year, I did monetize my page, but I ran from the end of July all the way to the end of December. I never monetized, and I've never gone back and monetized all my old videos either. I did not monetize it because it's not about that to me. This was about getting the truth and facts out there, and that's where I still stand. But yes, that has changed. I am now a monetized channel, just so we're clear.
Thing, and that's to tell the truth and to tell Marvon's story. That's it.
Usually when I hear something, there's always that little voice in the back of your head saying, well, what if, but the majority is like, oh my gosh, this is a sad situation. And more than likely, this is true. I think everyone has that voice of what if? Yeah. And they'll have to answer for that if that happened. Here's the thing. If something comes out that was a scam, I think you can file
I also want to remind people that we didn't make up that refunds were approved out of nowhere. Letitia and Molly went live and said that if people wanted a refund, they could ask for one. Refunds were stated that they had been given, that she had done all of them, yet nobody has gotten a refund to this point. Not a single person, except off
as far as I know,
GoFundMe.
she's been once. I think she was going to go back this weekend, but she had to work a double. She got called in for work.
This is where I start to really question things again because Letitia is obviously telling these creators that she has intentions of going back and forth from Arizona to Georgia, but how is that even feasible? Do they have a standing agreement that she can go see Marvon whenever?
I think people have the right to know if she has an attorney. She did, I know that Miss Letitia said that one of the reasons why she kind of needed help financially was because she needed a lawyer, because at first she was being denied access. And actually, Dre talks about this as well, about how the reason she turned Marvon Sr. down is because she thought it was Dre's mom. So when Marvon Sr. went with his wife.
But just so you guys know, too, in yesterday's video, we pulled out the clips that I had already laid of Molly and Letitia having a conversation about the blessing that Dre allowed Letitia to see Marvon. The blessing is what it was called in yesterday's video. Not an agreement, not a court order. But then after she got to see him, then it became, there was a court order that was all done. Yeah, a whole lot of misinformation.
Miss Wynette, she thought Miss Wynette was Miss Letitia. So that's why she said, no. I don't think she should tell who her lawyer is. If she wanted to kind of put some people at ease, she could say, yes, I do have a lawyer. I don't really know how you would prove that without naming him. And I don't think naming him would be smart just because you're going to have people probably blow his phones up doing God knows what.
They had already named him, her, whatever. They had doxed everyone when they raised the money. Justin and Molly put out the name of the first place. Then it was dropped. It was doxed, all of that shit. The attorney was doxed in the Ultimate Deception group on Facebook by a random troll account named Evelyn something. That it was factual, blah, 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 blah. Every attorney that they put out there, again, came out by the people within the group.
Unfortunately, as you guys know, the attorney's name did get released, and I'm sure the attorney's phone number did get blown up, which I do not agree with either. But I think it could have been easily solved by providing the retainer agreement, crossing out any personal identification information, and just that receipt would have been sufficient for so many.
Yep. Sure, what up?
Videos about Marvin are limited ads, so you're not gonna make a whole lot off of them. And really, yeah.
By the way, I touched on this yesterday, but y'all stop believing these fools that are trying to tell you their videos are demonetized and all this bullshit. My video was in the yellow yesterday. Okay. Hold on, honey. Hold on. I got to shut my camera off. Hold on. Sorry, sneaky little one. I don't know if you guys caught her on camera or not, but it is whatever it is. But please stop doing that. Yesterday, my video, because I put the crap emoji in the title of the video, as soon as I changed that crap emoji out, my video was monetized. And think of all the words that I've said in my videos. I don't beat around the bush. I talk about it all out front. We use the terms. I don't know where they get that, but it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, you'll get super chats, but that's something that you can't foresee. Like, oh, let me jump on this Marvin
Yes.
praise story because I'm gonna get so many super chats. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know. You can't see that.
Again, y'all, I'm not a monetized channel, so I don't know how all that works. I have no idea about limited ads and so on and so forth. I never got into this for any money or the allure of any money. I didn't even get into this to come to YouTube for a channel.
That's true.
Yeah, if you question, honestly, this is what I would have to say. If there's something, a bigger part of you that's like something doesn't sit well, I'm not so sure. I probably wouldn't donate. Because it may even come out that we never know for sure. You know, we never know. Do I believe that she is scamming us? I just don't. You guys, I haven't seen the evidence that she's scamming us. And what I am seeing is coming from someone who literally makes things look legit. She literally, I mean, she almost said
Right here, I'm going to agree with her again. I don't know if we will ever get 100% truth in this case. Every time I feel like we're getting closer and one step closer to the actual truth coming out, we get further away because something else is brought up that one of the family members or creator did.
when I see something from someone more credible that I can actually believe and it actually shows me proof, then I'll say, okay, well,
You notice how instantaneously back then they were trying to discredit the proof that was being shown because of Katie and Uni's involvement, because of their past history with them. That's where they were trying to discredit the entire information because of her past history with Katie and Uni's. However, I didn't share sources in the beginning with anybody, nobody at all. So they wouldn't even look at the proof because they, once again, tried to lump me into that group so they could just try to discredit me.
things aren't sounding too right. But when it comes from somebody that literally has a history of twisting things and making them look legit, even I've seen her do it to me, you know, then I'm like, no, I'm gonna need some more hard evidence, you know.
I have reached.
I'm gonna give Elle that. I'm gonna give Elle a gold star for that because there is problematic history there, majorly, and she does have reason to feel some of the way she does about Katie and her past. Now, I'm not gonna say they're both innocent because they're not, but there's a lot of past history there, and again, some problematic things that have bled into years and years of BS.
Out to numerous of these creators. I have reached out many times, multiple different ways, trying to get their attention. Also, by starting with, I'm not KJ or associated with KJ, but there's some problems I think we all need to look at, and I want to share those with you. I got blocked, ignored, everything else. I've never been associated with KJ. Yes, we share each other's stuff because we're both covering similar things. Doesn't mean we have any association. I've been very clear on that.
So I feel like when I donated the money that I donated to them, I sent it believing that it was because she needed it. If something else comes out, it'll just kind of be like well, I did it at the time thinking I was doing the right thing. It's a shame that she did that with the money that was sent to her, you know?
I think everyone donated with good intentions, but things started not making sense pretty quick into this.
Y'all, I love how you guys all like let us know. I'll be back. I'm gonna go walk my dog. Y'all feed your dogs, walk your dogs. I know it's dinner time for many of you. I know I'm later than normal. We're just hanging out. Come hang out if you want to. Don't feel like you have to be here. I know some of you guys have seen this. We're just saving some brain space for me as I'm working on another project and doing a history lesson. I appreciate all of you guys for hanging out with me through this, though.
that things were not adding up. People had questions. They still do, and rightfully so.
Still to
I
this
believe
day.
Molly said last night, like she saw receipts for a lawyer. I can't remember exactly what she said live. I remember telling him. Gotcha. I would believe probably more than likely because Miss Letitia does really like Molly. She trusts Molly. I believe if Miss Letitia was going to show the proof to anybody, it would be Molly.
This goes back to having that false trust with creator and followers. Followers oftentimes
I don't think Elle personally donated herself, but I do know for a fact it's in one of the videos that I have that Elle was sent money from subs of hers, and Elle claims that she did send the money on to Letitia. I do think maybe she donated a lower amount, something like that, possibly. They've never seen proof of it, but I do know that she claimed that she was sent money from some of her subs and she did forward that on. Now, did she actually do it? I don't know. She just said she did it in her video.
Trust these creators endlessly and will believe everything they say without researching the facts for themselves because they trusted these people. Why would this person lie to them, right?
No matter the people pushing it could also be held responsible. What do you mean? I don't know how, because I don't push for people to donate. When I've done live streams, I put it up there because people ask, hey, can you put their Cash App up there? So I do, but I don't push for people to donate. And I don't know, even like Molly, she does. She's like, hey, if you can, please help this family. I don't know how she would be held responsible when she doesn't even know. You know what I'm saying? She's also out of the good. I've never heard of someone being held responsible because they like was a voice for a fundraiser and for a family that used a fundraiser as a scam when the other person didn't know. People may try to say that we're going to get in some type of trouble and that YouTubers out there covering the story and that was really on their side are going to get in some sort of criminal trouble, but that just doesn't make sense. What for what? How could we be charged for something when we didn't do anything?
I think it also needs to be mentioned that LB's involvement in this case is much different than that of Molly's.
It was.
The creator-family relationship is obviously extremely different. Therefore, information that was given from creator to family and vice versa has been extensively different.
I don't see how anyone can excuse Dre's behavior either. It's crazy. Like,
and this is another common thing that happens, but just because you don't agree with what the family is doing or potentially doing does not mean you're on Dre's side. You don't have to have a side in this.
And Justin, am I wrong? Because when I was really researching this, I was positive that there were videos out there where the kids were taking K. Right, Justin? Don't the kids take the K? I'm going to have to go back and watch all the videos now because...
Right, Justin? Don't the kids take the K, right? But you did your research. You would know, right?
I'm second guessing whether or not... Well, I didn't say that. I'm not going to say that. But I was positive doing my research that they were taking passion flower and the K is what they were taking. The T's and stuff like that. The KT and stuff like that.
People have gone back and rewatched these videos time and time again, and certain people have changed their opinions that, no, you never do see her give them K on camera. Others say, yes, 100% she does. That's your opinion.
Things that me as a mother doesn't sit well with me. I thought it was unsafe.
And by the way, I have watched the videos extensively and I have never seen proof of her giving K to the children. I was under that assumption too, but it came to be passion flower and something else. I could never find specifically 100% proven that she was giving the kids K.
I thought it was unhealthy. The things going on with Vaughn, I just saw him kind of like more and more like losing any amount of control that he had. So I'm covering this. And I've covered this because, like I said, I explained it earlier why I covered it. The kids are also another reason why I covered it. Anybody talking about me and what I got to say about this, I don't care. They can continue to talk. They can try to make their little coin off me, Molly, and Justin, because that's exactly what that one YouTuber's doing. Look at his social blade.
Again, it falls back to drama between creators. Another person that's covering the story on the site that's questioning things with the fundraiser is obviously somebody she's had past drama with. So that discredits.
That right there was Uni, of course, is who she's talking about.
That's the information. It doesn't make sense, though.
And that was interesting. Literally, just that small clip where she talks about why she turned the dad down. I don't know if I believe it. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, school is almost here. Her talking about the effects that this is having, how people's calling her house, or people's calling her, sending her messages. They're reaching out to her mom, her sister, posting pictures of her mom's house. I haven't heard all that. This is literally the first.
They've done all of that. Every bit of it was shown. There's text messages that were sent to the sister that have been posted. There is stuff about taking video outside the mom's house. Molly herself has bragged about them harassing Dre, following them around, taking videos. All of this. Isn't it convenient how she didn't know any of that was going on?
First video that I've heard of her since all of this has really popped off,
I wish some of these creators would go back and watch some of these videos over again and rewatch them and hear these things themselves, what they thought they heard before and what is actually being stated. Even
Agreed.
interviews that they've sat in on, I think they would learn a lot more about what's going on in the situation. I think that they have obviously trusted a certain creator to fill them in on details of what's going on, and yet I really, really feel that that creator has done a very poor job of keeping these other creators informed on important details with this case. That falls back to doing your due diligence when researching a case, though, and understanding the subject and the topic you are discussing. So, again, I think it's a difference between Facebook and YouTube that doesn't happen as much. I think there's more of a competition of trying to get the information out first. And
I stand by this statement so fucking strong. After 10 months of being here and watching this, the competition out here of getting information out first instead of accurately is absolutely mind-blowing to me and disgusting. For me, it's always about accuracy. It's never about being the first. I don't care about the clicks and the views. If I did that, I would hashtag, I would tag people, I would clickbait the shit out of everybody just like everybody else does to you guys. That's not the reason for me. But that is a very prevalent thing. And I was so clueless. This was early on in August that I did this video. And let me just say, I had no idea what I was getting into.
And on whose channel kind of thing. I also find it really interesting how one main creator has controlled this whole thing. Because now when I listen to LB even talk, I realize that she was fed most of her information from Molly Golightly. But even more importantly, by Justin of Justice for All. And Justin still is very confused on facts and details surrounding this case himself. So I'm not confused at all now why Ella has completely not had facts and proof for the story. Again, I'm not giving her a pass for spreading misinformation because it just shows that she didn't do her part in researching this case. But I don't know if she's used to doing this type of case with this fast movement.
I should have never even called it a case either because it's never been a case. It's a story. It's a family's tragedy.
And things unwinding, and or not many people are willing to stand up against Molly and say, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. And this is why. But it's not only Molly that's wrong. It's been pretty much every creator that's been involved from the start in this case.
Still
has fed us all misinformation and lies.
Still.
I want to still believe that some of these creators got involved trying to tell this story and do this story justice for Marvon. Yet, I think because the story was initially based off of lies and misinformation, that got derailed somewhere. And because of the drama surrounding creators involved in this story, people have really had a hard time believing the facts in front of their faces. It's easier to pass it off that I am associated with or I am Katie than it is to believe the facts in front of the person. That's been obvious the entire time. And I'll offer it up one last time before I end this video. If you want to come to me and talk to me and find out that I'm not Katie, I will talk to you in my real voice. I've done it many times. I'm not Katie. Thank you.
And I had been, just so you guys know, too, like Jesse Russo. He came to me on Facebook. Granted, he still was not pleased because I think he thought I was pulling his leg. But I sent him, in the beginning when I was still anonymous, I sent him a clip of my real voice. I knew I was gonna get doxxed, but I was trying to prove to them that, look, I have no affiliation there. Well, let's go to the next one. Ooh, Ghostwriter.
Hey y'all, welcome back. We are back with a quick Friday Fright.
All right, let me give you guys the date of this one. Hold on, sorry. Okay, so this is one of mine. Again, these are all my videos. We were cracking up yesterday because we're like, oh, a lot of people have missed these. This is from August 19th. This is called Friday Fright. You didn't do what? Ghostwriter of Justice for Vaughn. Which was the ghostwriter at this time? Anybody remember?
If you're new here and wondering, what is a Friday Fright? Well, let me tell you. Friday Frights are usually when I do a screenshot drop of things that have been said by characters in this story that have been denied or I've been told that I was lying about. Some of you may remember a post a few weeks back about
Speed this up.
Letitia Bias's posts in the Justice for Vaughn and Exposing Dre McCrae groups. And I had pointed out some similarities and differences in how Letitia talks in most of her personal posts versus how the Letitia in the group would speak.
People thought I was absolutely insane with this post. People thought, and it was just a hunch.
I was told, oh, knock it off, you're reaching, you can't tell anything by that, so on and so forth. Again, basically discrediting the information that once again I was trying to point out and say, y'all, please start waking up. Things are not making sense. Well, let's get into it a little bit further. And if you haven't seen that video, this is the cover photo for that video. I have always said, and I always say, that it's always in the small details where people screw up and show their true colors. It's not a big deal to have a ghostwriter for you, but in a serious situation involving your son, there is a problem. We're going to start off with Eve, who was a moderator for the Justice for Vaughn and Exposing Dre McCrae groups. This is
Vada. I know you're here. This goes back to one of the first people that Letitia was in direct contact with that was helping Letitia navigate through all of this. This was one of the first advocates that you've somehow 9, 10 down the road are attempting to replace.
This is a message from Eve to the creator of the group. Mary reached out to Eve and said, any word from Letitia today? Eve responds and says, no, nothing, but I did just post what she posted in our other chat group. Mary replies, good, I've been waiting for a while now for her to send that. Eve says, yes, me too. I wrote some of that for her last night, LOL. And again, it's usually not a big deal if somebody is writing posts for you, but the type of posts that they were writing and the information that they were giving is very personal, confidential information. Let's continue. Also, yes, I know Eve's a fake profile. I know that she has involvement in certain pages, but I think people are incorrect on the assumption of what pages she's involved in.
I stand by that. And by the way, she's not a private person. She is a very public profile. She is also paparazzi, all of that shit. So I don't want to hear about any of it.
It's none of my business. I just want facts. That's it. And what we've been getting is a lot of half truths from all of them. Now let's look at the group chat. It starts off with Letitia saying, okay, Eve usually helps me word these types of things. Mary responds, ask her if you can verify with the hospital that they will allow you. Gigi says, did you send it? Letitia says, no, trying to get the proper words to say. Gigi says, okay, 1 second, I got you. Letitia sends a thumbs up. Mary says, Letitia Bias, I can't wait for you to see your baby. I pray every single night for you. Letitia responds, thank you. Can you all add Eve? And up pops the post from Gigi. Hi, Dre. Thanks for reaching out. Your family's safety is very important to me. I would never do anything to jeopardize that. I would love to see my son. I would love to put any differences aside and move forward and put what's more important.
You can use your phone and zoom in and see above that written message where it says Gigi's, just so you guys can verify again, because I know that is having a hard time figuring out these receipts and like thumbing through them. So zoom in, pull your thumbs like this. Ready? And zoom in. It'll say Gigi right above that. And you'll see that Gigi wrote the message that Letitia ended up sending Dre. Now tell me that's not weird.
The forefront, Marv on. Please, I pray this message is real and will make arrangements as soon as I can. Confirm I will be allowed to see him, as I have attempted to see him once and will have to make arrangements for travel. Please let me know what I can do to take the next step in seeing him. Thank you. Does that sound familiar to anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, let's continue. Gigi continues. Yes, so Eve can proofread my message, ha ha ha, and get rid of it if need be, lol. Letitia says, beautiful, Gigi, beautiful. Tony says, do you want me to add Eve? Sorry, I was washing dishes. Gigi says, okay, I did good, haha, I can't.
Hey, y'all, please pay close attention to any of these messages. If they say Becky, nonsense, Rebecca, you know, any of that, because somehow I guess formulated a plan to set all these admins up. So I missed where I got invited to this group or where I was a part of this group. So if any of you figure it out, please let me know. I'll stop and pause and we'll have a celebration. Okay.
See the rest of it. If you thought those messages looked familiar or sounded familiar, these are the texts that Letitia sent back to Dre when Dre had reached out and tried to make some sort of compromise after the huge social media explosion. You can see who was directing that conversation now. The rest of the message I couldn't see says, okay, I did good. Haha, I was nervous. LOL. Letitia says, no, this is perfect. Yes, please. Tony says, okay, adding her now. After Eve was added to the group a little while later, they discuss something else. And it's another one of Letitia's posts. This is from their group messages again. Eve says, it's waiting for approval in the public group. Then Letitia drops the verbiage of this post. But if you think this sounds familiar when you're looking through it, you might want to pause to read. It's because you've seen that post before, right here in the group. But see, Letitia didn't write this for herself. Why? From what it looks like to me, Eve was basically Letitia's ghostwriter. Again, it's not a big deal to have a ghostwriter to write posts for you, but when they're communicating things about your son who's in a
Oh, wait. The date on this post is July 10th, just so you know. There seems to be so much controversy and argument over the issue of the donations. First, just let me say that I didn't come out seeking money or asking for these donations. I did not start the GoFundMe, nor did I ask for people to donate to my accounts. I had multiple requests for people to provide a way for people to send me donations. People were consistently asking if they could help me financially. I was asked so many times to provide my Cash App, etc. So I did. And of course, I am beyond grateful for all the help. As you can imagine, it is much needed, but not expected or demanded. There are fake accounts out there, and I have nothing to do with those. We need to keep reporting those fake accounts. This is hard enough time as it is. And to have people continuously think that I am scamming for money is another break to my already broken heart. The Justice for Vaughn and Exposing Dre McCrae groups and other pages that are helping me have nothing to do with these donations other than the attempts to spread the word, and I greatly appreciate their help. No one should feel pressured or coerced to donate. This was simply started as a way for people that wanted and asked to help out. Bullshit. 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 The GoFundMe was made by a relative, and the Cash App was posted asking for help. She's talked about this in many lives.
coma. That is little off, especially strangers.
Hey, I owe you guys, both of you, Angel and D, a button. Hold on before we continue. Thanks for joining the cabana, y'all.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got
For the members, if you missed the members poll today in the members group, please go vote. We're deciding between two charities to donate to.
From groups on Facebook. That's where I'm really confused because this is a very serious subject matter. And if anybody was helping Letitia, I would expect it to come from family. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. But it also puts into perspective that Letitia had individual conversations with a bunch of these people. All of those individual conversations so far that I have seen vary greatly in facts. Let's listen to a convo between Eve and the creator of the groups.
I know it's definitely got way out of hand. I'm trying to think if there's something we're missing on what we can do to handle this better. I mean, I don't know. The bottom line is it's a huge group now. What do we have, like 50,000, 60 between the two? So there's no way realistically that we're going to be able to control everything and everybody. We just can't. And at the other side of it, people are, allowed free speech and allowed to have different opinions, and everybody's always going to have different opinions, and doesn't mean there's necessarily right or wrong. It's just different. So it's very hard to streamline a group. And we also want to make sure we're not streamlining it to just our way of thinking. But again, of course, we're advocating for the moms. So anything going against Letitia, of course, we would ban. It's not easy, as you see. I've had to help run big groups before. It's not easy. It's overwhelming, and it already is now. But yes, I'm happy to talk to her.
Functions, the two this month that we're choosing between is Rain and hold on, I always screw this one up. It's called Folds of Honor. It's a military organization, and then Rain which most people know. That's the two we're deciding between this month.
The only thing, is that going to help though? If they keep seeing the money go up and up, we're going to have the same problem with what is she spending it on? Doesn't that should be enough for a lawyer? Like, I'm just worried that it's not going to stop. I mean, and then the other half of me is thinking, like, is it really anybody's business? I don't know. I'm so torn about this, as I'm sure you are too. I'm so torn between, yes, we should be transparent and post so people see where their money's going. But on the other hand, like, is it anybody's business? I mean, if they want to donate, they donate. I don't know.
When the donations are based off of lies to begin with, there's a problem. And again, I genuinely believe that these people who were initially helping Letitia were also being misled. I think they helped mislead and confuse more, of course, but I genuinely think they were also being lied to.
So it's so hard to know. But if you want me to, I definitely will. Or maybe the other option is we just stop allowing any posts about donations and remove them. I don't know. I mean, some of the other big names are on it now as far as the donations, Justin and Molly and Katie and all them. So maybe we step out of that part. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. I really don't know. I'm just brainstorming out loud.
Again, both of the admins from that conversation have left the groups, from my understanding. I know the creator has left both Exposing Dre McCray and then Justice for Vaughn. She turned over to the other admins, but she is completely done. Eve left as a moderator before a lot of this started to crumble. Yet she is, yes, involved in other groups. Again, I think people are wrong about which groups they are.
You know what's crazy is I only provided the facts. Like, I've never sat here and drug Eve or anything like that. And Eve never tried to, like, there was never any back and forth. They got in its shitty position, you know, and it was never, it's not personal. This was just what was happening. But it's crazy how now we're like 10 advocates deep and the entire story and the foundation has completely flip-flopped. And now all these people are being drugged back into shit. And somehow it's my fault. I don't know. Crazy.
But that's another story and another day. And honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me who these people are. What matters is the fact that we haven't had transparency or any truth told to us from the jump. Does it matter that Letitia had somebody else writing her post? No, it really doesn't. Except when they're communicating with Dre for her, writing her post basically for her to send to Dre about something.
Thank you, Nunya. I was just going to pause to tell functions. We got you. And I think whichever one, because people are really, these two charities, by the way, for those of you guys that don't know what we're talking about, as an island, with the money that I make from YouTube, I donate a certain portion of it each month to, and it's just a personal thing. I'm not telling you guys just so the members vote. I'm just explaining though, for those of you that don't understand. So I take a portion of what I make. This is just a personal thing for me. It varies every month. And I donate it to a charity of something that we are talking about or passionate about. We have donated to, the Trevor Project. We've donated to a couple. I can't remember. Goodness, I'd have to look back. Anyways, and it's just something I do. So this month we are choosing between Folds of Honor, which is the military, and then RAIN. And I think what I'm going to do is, if I don't, whichever one we do this month, I think I'll do the next one next month, because these are both great organizations. Anyways, that's what we're talking about. Sorry for those, but you don't have to be a member to vote either. You're just as important. It's just something I do with the cabana because of my memberships, to give back in some way. Anyways, let's go.
As important as that, you're allowing a stranger on the internet to dictate your words. What about your daughter? Why didn't you ask your daughter to help you? I'm just blown away by this. And people, once again, said, you're lying. You're reaching for things. That's not really what it is. But it is. She had a ghostwriter. Okay, again, not a big deal. Except for, this is a serious situation. An extremely serious situation. They also tried to say that those text messages from Dre were a form of blackmail. Does anybody start to make this make sense now?
I forgot about that. They did say that.
Do you see how all of this was intentionally laid out? And yet there's pieces of the puzzle that are still missing. It seems like taking accountability for one's actions are the last thing that most of these people involved in this story are willing to do. And again, I'm not shocked by the lack of accountability. There has been a lack of transparency, honesty, and accountability just kind of fits into that. I am not expecting any of them to all of a sudden have a coming to Jesus and say, I'm going to tell the truth. I just don't see that happening. I hope I'm wrong, but I really don't see it happening. I want to know what you all think about.
Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is wild to me. Wild to me. I would have to go look in my member. I don't keep track of that. I guess I probably should for tax purposes, but whatever. I'll find it later. I don't do it as a pat on my back or anything like that. I can't remember. It was the first one was a military organization. I'll go back and look to tell you who it was. It was neither one of these though. One was the military, and then we did the Trevor Project. I've just been doing it since I got monetized. Sorry, answering questions as I. Okay, so that's that one. Let's go on to this one.
Promised you guys the 5. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know that I promised you guys the 5.2 video next, but intermission. Somebody else got on live and ran their mouth today, so I think we need to discuss some of what was said. And although I have been everyone from Molly to Katie to Justin and everyone in between that I've been accused of being, I am not associated with any of these channels or creators. Not a single one. In my opinion, they're all in the same group, community, everything, and I didn't know any of them existed. And it goes back to, again, if you did your own research or knew how to research facts, that would be easy to prove. It's not hard to figure out. Just open your eyes and ears. I've used my real voice, my real silhouette. Hello. But let's hear what she had to say this morning.
Miss Letitia wants to expose everything they've done to her and her children. A very lovely lady that gave me and Justin some very good advice yesterday. And we ran it by Letitia. But she's got to do it. Oh, I can't wait to see a look on now those people's faces.
God, I don't miss
It'll be a fly on the wall.
Let me guess, the civil rights attorney advice, which makes absolutely no sense and does not apply in this situation whatsoever. Oh, wait, but you're not talking about Marvon's situation. You're talking about her going after a creator that they're claiming has attacked her, right? Let's get that straight.
Oh, that's me. That's my silhouette. My hand. I should show you guys the real picture of that one. That's hysterical.
Well, Miss Letitia thought it would be a good idea to just show all of the bills and receipts. And she thought it would be a good idea to show the refunds.
I don't think
With
there is,
that
Peg.
comes a lot of doxing, and you'll see a lot of very rude, inappropriate, and disgusting messages.
What?
She's got another channel involved in it also now. So
Oh,
Letitia made a very bold statement. It's in writing. It's saved. Where Letitia said, please stop doing this to my children.
Once again, instead of providing proof like Letitia's even wanting to do, they're advising her to not show any of it. If these people have sent her
oh shit. This is that post that they claim we attacked her on. Oh my goodness.
her family such horrifying messages, expose them. Nobody from this channel or that stands with me is okay with the family getting attacked. Nobody from my channel or my OG friends, followers, I guess you would call them, would ever attack the family and haven't. Seeking transparency and demanding answers because people have been lied to, which there's proof of, that's been shown numerous times, is not an attack on anyone.
Juju, I don't know. Did they put it back up? I know my page was finally booted, but I don't know if I have another profile. I haven't looked.
And before you start claiming that Letitia stated this, and this, you might want to make sure you know what Letitia is stating to people in conversations. This is what she posted in my comment section on my channel. This is what was responded to her by people in the comments. I didn't agree with it. I removed the comment thread. Didn't block Letitia, just removed the.
I figured they would, Juju. I absolutely figured. Yep. That is not shocking at all.
Comment thread because I didn't want to see any negative anything. It doesn't help us get any answers or the situation resolved. But you can see for yourself in the comments that nobody was outright attacking her. She keeps saying, if you didn't donate, don't ask questions. Donators are asking questions. My Facebook page started as a platform to provide people with a safe place to express opinions on anything they chose to express.
Look who she's addressing. Wasn't me. By the way, Juju, the one thing I will say about that group is they are brave. They are so brave to continue to do what they're doing. That's on them. This is nothing to do with them. As long as they're done fundraising for stupid shit and lying to everybody, you know, it is what it is. I can't help it, but they think a lot of these people on Facebook with their targeted stuff get a little arrogant in some of what they do. I mean, there is repercussions, and sooner or later, because these admins were a part of this money that has gone all over and the continual lies, it's kind of a big deal.
Express. And let's be clear on something. I might have opinions on the family and what has happened with Marvon and how we got to this spot. But don't be fooled in 1 second that I don't see through all of this BS and know who's playing puppet master with this family in a very vulnerable time of need. Let's be very clear that the family absolutely is on strings by others. And yes, they've chose to continue to position.
Oh, Juju, one thing I will say for sure is I have full, I would say 100% without a doubt, she knows exactly what's going on and what's being posted in there every day. I guarantee. She's got friends everywhere. I mean, she's got more followers than most people out here. So she definitely knows what's going on and is probably documenting it all. Hey, people definitely care about this family.
Themselves on those strings by those creators. That has been a choice that they can.
Thank you so much, Kitten Claus. You guys, you can go back and read these if you want. This is interesting that this is all here too. I forgot about that. I forgot about the back and forth and the actual names of all this. Screenshots, screen recordings. Oops. Thank you, Kitten Claus, for the gifted memberships. Welcome to the cabana.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Yeah, exactly, Juju. Exactly. I mean, that is just an assumption of mine, but people aren't dumb. People are paying attention.
Continue to make and go back to. But you might want to get your facts straight.
Please stop hurting me. Thank God she did that.
Oh my God.
I'll be the first to say I don't agree with family being attacked and this, that, and the other happening if that is actually happening on these other platforms or even on YouTube. It's funny how it's always an attack on Letitia when people are stating facts. Yet you guys have said what about Dre every day, all day long for how long now?
Shit, that's me and Nunya attacking again.
And it's not an attack? Oh, that's right, though. It doesn't fit the storyline, right? The storyline that plays off people's emotions and gets them to open their wallets more and more, right?
I'm not going to talk about it. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen. You don't get to just go on YouTube and call people liars and fakes and frauds when you have no proof.
Huh.
You'll see. My mom's going to take care of her. Remember, vengeance is the Lord's. Remember that. That's what you need to know. Be a decent person. Oh, that girl.
Molly, you need to shut your mouth before you even open it. You just said you can't go on YouTube and call people liars, frauds, and whatever else the hell you spewed out of your mouth. You've been doing that daily for 4 years. Aren't you the one that boasts about being proud of being a thorn in people's sides and is proud of having such a loud mouth that gets a reaction from people? Yet now you're saying that other people that are speaking out, demanding answers like you're so proudly always doing, right? You demand answers and get a response, right? But now that people are doing it and your feet are being held to the fire, this is what you do. You could have helped Letitia solve this problem before it even got started, if you actually cared about this family. We've heard you state Letitia has told you she wants to be transparent and show proof. Yet, for some reason, she's being advised not to do that. If these people are attacking her, like it's been said, expose that. No, you don't need to dox the people that have asked for refunds. That's easy to not do. But
Damn, look at that. Nunya in the comment section saying, and that is how respectful communication goes. What a great weekend we are about to have. Enjoy, y'all. Oh my God, Nunya, put down the attack. Goodness. Why are people still talking about her beach life? This is not a response to Molly. By the way, Molly is not the only creator that is involved in this story. But Molly's little cronies are continuing to slander, defame. I guess that's the words that everybody out here likes to use. They're just making it a personal attack and being stupid. Continuing to lie and smear my name over and over again and continuing to say that no proof has ever been shown of these things. And this person is completely trying to rewrite history. So we're taking a trip down memory lane of the facts, the things that actually happened. So yes, well, Molly is irrelevant. There's a lot of other players in this. This was never about Molly. Unfortunately, some of the clips involve Molly as she was one of the creators, but that's what we're doing.
you absolutely, if people are threatening the family, show it. If you've got nothing to hide, then be transparent all the way around. If you actually care about this family like you claim to, then give her some good advice and tell her to get the heck away from you and this drama and find somebody that can actually give her decent advice to help her in the family. Because what you're doing with these little drama features that you keep popping up is not helping the family. Let's be clear. And I understand that you have to discredit me as a creator because you can't discredit the facts. So I get that this is why you have to continue to tell people that I am associated with or I am this person. Yet, Molly, do you realize that people are accusing me of being you and Justin also? Yeah, those insults suck too.
I'm going back.
Be a decent person. Oh, that girl.
Molly, you need to shut your mouth before you leave.
Okay, so this one is mine. All right, as far as YouTube or even here, I know y'all have strong feelings, but I won't let her be attacked in my comments either. I haven't and I won't. We don't have to do that. All it does is give more poor me content down the road, and I'm not playing those games. This has never been an attack from me or anyone that stands over here. We just want facts. I'm disgusted, so disgusted, but we've got to play in. We don't got to play in the mud, y'all. Let them. And then I said, y'all, I deleted Letitia's comment and I will not let it continue that she gets attacked. We don't got to go that. Sling mud everywhere. That doesn't help anything or anyone. If you don't like it, too bad, go away. Okay, that was my attack.
Open it. You just said you can't go on YouTube and call.
Let me find Nunya's.
Daily for 4 years.
So these are the comments that I actually deleted.
Yet that other
but I left some
always doing
This is all still up on Facebook too. So let me continue. Let me find.
this problem show proof. She's being advised not to do that.
Oh, let me go back here. I think Nunya's first comment was back here. Oh,
Her to not show any.
that says, Letitia says, why are you doing this? And then there's the thread that was on YouTube, all full transparency. Here, I'll let that play through. Just want to be clear, you were saying that all donors were shown proof of the lawyer, retainer, or invoice. You can see
From
all
my
of this.
channel.
I'm confused because not one donor has stated they received proof. Well, of course, other than Molly and Justin, that is.
Or my OG.
There's Amethyst. No one deserves to be attacked. No one from this channel is attacking. When you bring something like this to the public, it becomes people become invested. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to let this play.
Friends, followers, I guess you would call them, would ever attack the family and haven't. Seeking transparency and demanding answers because people have been lied to, which there's proof of, that's been shown numerous times, is not
Sorry, kids.
an attack on anyone. And before you start claiming that Letitia stated this, and this, you might want to make sure you know what Letitia is stating to people in conversations. This is what she posted in my comment section on my channel. This is what was responded to her by people in the comments. I didn't agree with it. I removed the comment thread. Didn't block Letitia, just removed the comment thread because I didn't want to see any negative anything. It doesn't help us get any answers or the situation resolved. But you can see for yourself in the comments that no.
Okay, there. Sorry, I had to step away. Kids are being needy. Hold on, let me see. So it just goes on. The whole thread's here. It ran through. Let me find that one though. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh, there it is. Here we go. This one says, this is Nunya. Dear Rochelle, we know you have a story to tell, and despite what they may tell you, we want to hear your voice. We know that you were the closest sister, that's what it was supposed to say, to your brother, and that you were in their lives throughout the years. Help end all of the assumptions and accusation and talk your shit, girl. I know you got something to say, and we are all ears because we believe you. That was Nunya attacking. Then Letitia responded, then when my daughter speaks, she will be attacked. They are already attacking her daughter, my oldest granddaughter, who's on TikTok. That's not fair, is it? First and foremost, I never saw that. If that was happening, they never showed it. Nothing. So that was always something up in the air too, of show this shit. If it was actually happening, show it. They never did. They just talked about all this stuff. But anyways, that's Nunya attacking, you know. That's how that went. And then it says, Judy and myself already resolved this matter, so please stop it. I said, so you've refunded Danielle also her $500? And then, you know, then there's the Facebook posts. Okay, let's go back to the other one. So we are, whoops, wrong one. Pause. Okay, there we are. Are you guys still with me? Okay, you guys are right there. You guys are on the page with me. Okay, let's go back here. Sorry, y'all, I'm not paying attention to the comments. I'm trying to get back to where I was. Okay, now we are at...
Promising this video.
We're going to do this one now. This is Misinformation Cronies Part 5.2. This one is from, this is the, Justice for All from August 21st. So this is that one. Let's go.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know
Oh,
I've been promising this video for a few days now, but
I'm so glad I don't say that anymore.
here you go. It's finally here. Misinformation Cronies Part 5.2 Return of the Ignorance. Justice for All Edition. Justice for All streamed this on August 8th, 2022. If you want to see the full thing, head on over to his channel. It's all there. And yes, it's another extremely long, drawn out video going over the same thing we've been doing since the end of June. Well, July when they got involved. And I know it's stated that he is just a sidekick of one of these main creators, yet, in my opinion, he plays a pretty hefty role in things.
Beach Life, thanks for stopping by. I totally agree with you 100%. I've been preaching that. That's why, like, thankfully, these aren't all about her. Like, there's the other creators. We're just trying to get the facts of the story because they're trying to rewrite the story and make it a personal thing. But thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great weekend.
And how they've played out. And the Mr. Innocent Act definitely isn't fooling anyone over on this side of things.
Spanky.
And before anybody claims he didn't know, he's just told things by XYZ. Sorry, that is not going to fly here because he actually is in direct communication with the family also. There is a group text between him and Molly and Letitia. Don't believe me? Well, I'll show you proof in a minute. So there is no way he can say he didn't have the opportunity to ask questions to help clarify things for his followers. He had a direct line of communication the entire time and opted to not use it to help his following and other people that he had suggested numerous times donate to this family. But then when people started asking questions, well, let's just see how you guys feel about his words and statements to people. And of
Beach Life. I wasn't sure if it was you or not, but now I went and looked. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Thanks for coming by. I totally get you, though. Every time she comes up, we're like, oh, we don't miss any of this. I'm with you.
Of course, once again, the video is sped up to save everybody time and your sanity. You're welcome. The commentary expressed in this video is that of my opinion and my opinion only, based off of facts that we have gathered in this story.
Bye, Twisted Sister.
Please also do not send any hate to this creator whatsoever.
Oh my gosh, I forgot I was extra annoying in some of these. Sorry, y'all. If Spanky wasn't bad enough, you could tell that I was already losing my brain at this point in time. And this was months ago. Months ago. Oh. Juju, thank goodness it's 420 to do Spanky content.
Because I do not think they emotionally
you're
can
still here.
handle it.
Okay.
But don't worry,
you were
because
still
being
fine.
such a loving
Sorry.
Christian human being, he will just cast you to the depths of hell with the rest of us that have opinions, and those opinions are based off facts. You can join us. Come sit with us. It'll be okay.
Oh my God. Now you guys, now that you know me, does this shit shock you hearing it back? Like, now that you have now that you guys know my personality, this probably all makes a lot more sense. I was doing the Stuart Smalley shit back in here. I don't even know which one of these I start singing in, but this is kind of embarrassing. This is like, hey, Amethyst. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of embarrassing too. Hey, DNR. I sit and go, oh no, I am such a nerd. I have not rewatched most of these since I put them up, by the way. I edited them to what I thought they were, and unless I did them like as a preview or a pre-record, I didn't watch them. And even then, I usually watch them on mute because I can't hate hearing myself. So this is interesting for me to listen to them again.
You get the gist of things. Now let's get into it and get over this, because there's a lot I've got to say and have been holding back for so long that it's spewing out of my bones. It's coming out of my bones now.
Thank you for joining. So we're going to be talking about Dre McKay.
Millie, I'll check it tonight. I'm
Marissa
sorry.
says.
First of all, it's McCray. McCray. M-C-C-R-A-Y. Not McKay. I don't care about your rhyme. Get his name right. Remember, he's the victim of this story.
What about the refunds, VR? what do you want? I mean, what do you want? I'm asking. I mean, I don't know anything about them. And for as far as I know, everything has been given as far as a refund. So you can put that in your pipe and smoke it if you want. So,
Saucy.
Starts off by saying, I don't know anything about refunds. Then says, all have been given. What is it, Justin? Do you know what's going on or do you not? Can't be both. You either know what's going on or you don't. So stop pretending like you don't know, because we all know that you're so far up certain people's behinds that there's no way that you don't know what's going on. But that leads me to believe that you also haven't seen proof of $5,100 in refunds, have you?
I try to be classy about it.
Some may call people being told to put that in their pipe and smoke it as trashy. I would go with trashy, not classy, but you know, I guess we're two different people. Did you realize that every time you mock her name, you're mocking Marvon McRae's name also? You do realize that, right? I know you guys love this little rhyme thing, and it's
Oh, this is a good reminder for people because Spanky's still here. I know that people are like, great, you know, and it's a accomplishment because one less person spreading misinformation. I can understand that and don't feel bad for those celebrating at all. But Spanky's still here and has a platform and a voice and continues to spread misinformation in case after case after case. I think this is a good reminder of what we're still dealing with, because just because we get one, you know, one has to serve the punishment of their own actions. You know, the rest of them, here they are still like nothing ever happened.
all about justice for Marvon, but yet you're mocking his name. Gotcha.
Is Crystal the psychic? Don't we have a number? I think we do. For Crystal. Joyce.
This is when they had me. Oh God, you guys, sorry, I have to pause. I won't do the pause thing in a second. But this was when they had me convinced that if I showed their faces and didn't change, if I used any of their content without doing it to this extent, that I would be struck and took off the platform. So I went overboard and like changed their voices, took them out of the video. And all along, I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. Sorry.
Again, creators that are so invested in this case, and it's all about justice for Marvon, yet they don't even have the characters' names in the story correct. But why would you have her number to begin with?
Everybody should be open to valid criticism about it. But there has to be proof behind that before you can. Oh no, some other creator told them not to like you, Justin. They were told not to like you. They heard stuff about you. They've heard stuff.
What's really funny is they're mocking their following here because only their following has opted to not like Justin based off of the opinions of other people.
It's actually, sorry, one more time. This is actually funny as hell. It's actually enjoyable to listen to some of this shit because, man, we were green and had no clue what we were walking into, but we were just so focused on the facts. And oh my gosh, here we are.
Not anybody else. We all judge him on his behavior.
You can say a lot of things about Marissa and I, but one of them is we are not scammers.
Out of all the things that they've been accused of being, that is the one thing that they are so triggered by, is being referred to
Amberly,
as
thank
scammers
you.
by people on the internet.
We are very generous with time and money.
Why does everything always fall back to what they've done for other people or how much money they have given other people? It's always something that these two do to spin their narrative, is bring it back to how much good they've done for others.
So, thank you all so much for the super. I also think that if I was a scammer, I'd have to be a pretty good fucking scammer to get away with it on YouTube for this long.
I don't know if you've really gotten away with it though, have you?
Oh my god. We're doing 4 years of this. I have to be really slick, and I'm not.
And again, he just sits there and lets her overtalk him and does not ever really voice a strong opinion, especially if she's around.
Yes, oh, I know that there's a rumor going around that me and Justin are no longer covering justice for Vaughn. That is absolutely not true at all.
I don't know if that rumor was ever true or not, if somebody said that or not, but these two aren't giving this up. They are milking it for all it's worth. Are you kidding me? It's paying their bills.
Well, I'm glad I heard about what I was doing. Yeah. I was like, huh? No, we have definitely not been ghosted. We definitely did not ghost the family. We just don't have any updates on Vaughn or anything else.
So again, no updates, no nothing, but they sat on live for over 2 hours, dragging the situation out. But no new updates, right?
So we keep going. Exactly. Thank you. Please remember, rumors are spread by idiots and accepted by fools.
The only one believing rumors and gossip are sadly your followers,
No
because
shit.
you guys keep telling them rumors and gossip with no fact basis whatsoever. So you're calling your following fools.
Yep.
People who search with it know their own mind, Marissa. They know better. Whatever.
I just want you to watch how she acts when he talks in the next upcoming clip. Watch her behavior as he's like giving a breakdown. It's comical.
Yeah, identities. Ambien, Sonata, Lunesta, Remeron, different types of antidepressants, anything that changes the dopamine or the GABA receptors. Yeah. And the source from this comes from Mount Sinai, New York website. Mount Sinai. Next, we are going to move on to valerian root.
No, people, you aren't that stoned either. It is 420, but I can only imagine what people are thinking when they come in here right now. Like, what the hell has happened here? Yeah, they had me so scared of being struck. I know it's great, Nada. It's tolerable. Why did I stop?
This is an actual photo of valerian root. This is the root. This is the upper part. Valerian root is the root, the actual root. Valerian is an herb native to Europe and parts of Asia. Valerian root has a long history as a sedative. Valerian can grow to be just over 6 feet tall and has a strong odor. It seems to act as a sedative in the brain and nervous system. Valerian has been used as a traditional medicine dating back to ancient Greek and Roman times. People commonly use valerian root for sleep disorders, especially insomnia. Valerian is also used for anxiety and many other conditions, but there is no good scientific evidence to support most of these uses. And the source is
What? I wonder if he ever watches the playback and sees how she reacts when he's talking. Like he's trying to give a breakdown and she's so unimpressed.
Side effects of valerian root. Valerian is usually well tolerated. Some common side effects include dizziness, drowsiness, headache, stomach upset, mental dullness, vivid dreams. It can cause withdrawal symptoms when
This goes back to she does not care about facts or details like that. She just wants the drama and the show of it all.
Yeah, that's a good question. I want to know if it's does everybody have to merely stay high in the house to put up with her? You know what I mean? Or does it the other way around, or what?
Interesting how he says that people need to be high to be around Dre, yet the entire time I'm thinking,
Thank God everybody could be. Like, oh, I forgot I said some of this shit too. Your guys' comments have me in stitches.
can somebody give me something like a tranquilizer this entire life? That's how I feel.
It's kind of also like a rift between doctors and chiropractors,
Yeah.
psychologists and right.
This is the thing. I talk to people that are.
Let's be very clear on something. There is a complete difference between a chiropractor and a doctor and a psychologist and a life coach. It's called education and years of it. Totally different.
Nada, right? I swear, y'all, I'm enjoying this because I forgot I did this shit. And then when I play it back instantly, when I saw the blurred out, I was like, oh my God, that was the first thing that I ran into is they had me so fucking freaked out. We're like, what the fuck are strikes? None of us knew what the hell that even was for months. They had us so scared. It's hysterical to listen to this shit backwards because we can literally like Oh, yeah. That's why that happened. Oh, gosh.
Different things that should not even be compared.
And
A
I
psychiatrist and a psychologist are educated professionals. A life coach gets a certificate. Same with chiropractic school. Yes, some are more accredited than others, but come
Help me
on.
to get decisions. I give good advice.
bitch, I compared her to a chiropractor that gets a certificate. Oh, I wonder why she loves me so much.
That's all this. But
I give good advice while sitting and advising the woman you claim is getting attacked online to not show proof. Gotcha.
Many times I've said, I'm so sorry for bringing you into this world. He's like, what do you mean by that? And I said, because it's this terrible, horrible, evil world out there right now.
I agree that it's a horrible, evil world out there, and we have to guard our children from certain things. But I think that we should be also a little bit more clear on what's evil in the world.
Because you and I, we can handle ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We grew up street. We grew up street. You know what I mean? So, these are different things.
He said we grub street. We grub street. I had never heard that lingo, and I still have never and don't know what it means. Grub, I thought meant eat. So is he saying we eat street? We eat pavement? Did he fall recently? Like, I was so thrown off by this in the first part when I did this, but I still cannot understand. What is we grub street? I don't know that lingo.
They don't know. Yeah. They don't know. It's like to exactly what happens. Why not?
Oh, she said they don't know what it's like to have to suck a D for.
That was a joke, people. After the girls were SLUTTY. Oh, wow. And, well, you want to know something? None of the people in my chat can spell, so you know what?
Muted some of that because what she said was they don't know because they've never had to suck up blank for a blank pipe. Which, yeah.
dude, I was a virgin until I was almost 20.
That's amazing.
No, it's not. It's a fact.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
No blood. Nothing.
Hey, Rocking Bear.
Usually it's the fat ones that are the blood babies.
Hey, thank God. I would have ended up, if I was skinny
Oh, there's the sweet innocent Spanky.
and gorgeous, I would have ended up like all those girls I went to school with. Pregnant at 16, 17, 18.
Can we just remember that this is midstream of Justin doing a video on Dre McRae, right? So they're intermixing this conversation with that. Not only that, Letitia had her children at 14 and 15 years old, and then they're talking like this.
No, that's good.
My sister fell into that trap too. She got pregnant at 18.
You do realize that there's no trap in that, right? That's just called life.
So causes of liver damage and even some deaths have been linked to kava use. Because of this, kava was taken off the market in Europe and Canada in the early 2000s.
The faces she makes as he talks are just priceless because they are so disrespectful, and he has no clue that she's doing it, obviously, or he chooses once again to act like it doesn't bother him, right? Because she's the main show, he's just the sidekick, right?
This is Dre talking about a little bit of everything and what's been going on with all of the shenanigans that people have been saying.
The videos he shows are from the end of June, early July, clips of those videos. But yes, they're majorly important because a lot of truth is told in those videos.
So people are really bitching. Now my personal information is being put out there. My address, my phone number. I get.
First of all, I would like to say I have never once. You still can't hear that?
You've never what, Justin? Continue. Let's hear this.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say that I have never put Dre's information out there. I've never called her. I mean, I've showed if you're saying public records or something, yeah, I mean that information. I've like the 911 dispatch calls and stuff to her house. Yes.
I never have done those things, but he sure as hell knew that Molly had done every single thing he listed there and continued to do it. But you notice how he tries to distance himself from that? Mm-hmm.
But I've never called her. I've always said, leave her alone. Don't bother her. So I just want to make that very, very clear.
If he said it all the time, I'm sure we can find it, right? We can find the clip of him saying, don't harass Stray, don't do all this stuff. I'm sure he told Molly that in text message. I'm sure he told Molly not to put his name on posts she was making about things that they were sending people to do or suggestions that they were having for people to do, all involving Dre and things that happened to her.
And I would never once called her a murderer or anything of that nature.
Did you tell your friends not to do all those things since you didn't do them, but you sat there while it was done? Did you tell all of them to not do those things too?
The only thing I care about is that Vaughn gets a thorough investigation.
You say you want justice for Marvon, and that's a full investigation, yet I remember certain people trying to harass the police department when this all first started.
Vaughn deserves a full investigation, as every human being does.
I do agree that he does deserve a full investigation, and I hope that is done, yet we've got to let authorities do their jobs.
And hopefully Vaughn can wake up, open your eyes, Vaughn, and then he can tell the story.
I find it interesting that he wants to hear Marvon's story, yet anytime somebody tries to tell the truth about Marvon's story, he rejects it.
Listen, if there is anybody in my group that has ever called and told Dre to go herself, that would be absolutely horrible.
Well, sadly, that was actually happening. I can't even imagine the amount of messages and threats and things. The ones that we did see were problematic as enough. Like, can you imagine the amount? Ugh.
And whoever does anything like that should be ashamed of themselves. Which I don't think anyone in my or Marissa's, would do anything like that. I mean, this shoot, it may have happened, or it may not have. But I don't think anybody from here would ever do anything like that.
Again, I ask you, have you said these same things to your partner or other streamers you align yourself with that have been saying these things? Have you told them the same things that you're saying now? Before you start trying to blame certain people's followings, you need to check your own, because you have some vicious, horrible followers.
I've never contacted the VA police, ever once.
Why are you responding to her like she's asking you questions that you did these things? You might not have done them, but I'm sure you know few that did.
The VA police, oh yeah, let me mention it. His biological dad did show up to the hospital, but I thought it was his biological mom. So I was like, call security, they can't be here, da da da. That's convenient. You thought it was his biological mom when it was his biological dad. That doesn't even make sense.
So you have met somebody a couple times in your life, you haven't seen them in years, and you're expected to recognize them right off the bat? Gotcha. Understood.
You have a chance of reconciling or, keeping that relationship. It's Ron's dad. Because he did not care that I was like, no visitors. Ron's dad showed up to the hospital. Why did you want visitors? These aren't visitors. These are family, Dre. Family.
Instead of responding to her on a video, why don't you ask Letitia? You have a chat with her. Why don't you ask Letitia these questions for clarification so you can answer them to your followers?
Oh, speaking of Spanky, by the way, this is how Spanky really is. You might have to zoom in on this, but this is a text between Spanky and Letitia. Letitia said, maybe I read it. Let me see if I read it. Actually, I don't want to read it twice.
Why don't you ask Letitia why there's a change, why things turned out the way they did? Have you thought about that, Justin? It seems like you have no problem making sure she knows how much you need her to come on your stream and talk to people. So why don't you ask her what's really going on?
This reminds me of the Jose situation, of them seeking out Jose. Letitia had said, would you be upset? I might read it again. If I do, I'll fast forward it through it. Would you be upset if I don't talk tonight? My church just did a prayer for my son and I'm a little sad and I don't want to always be crying on your show. Please forgive me. Please. I think everything is hitting at once. Molly responded and said, it's okay. Justin says, okay, sure. But please these people really wanting to hear from you. Yeah, he cared about her.
Okay. He wanted to make sure his son
Oh shit, that was Dre saying she dang well could have. If she wanted to see her son, she dang well could have shown up. Marvon Sr. did.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself for saying that, Dre. For show? You are the show queen. You are the show queen. Everything you do is for show. You can't even have a seizure.
Are we back? Are we back? Hopefully. The internet just went dong. Bye, bitch. It yeeted me out of here. Okay, good. We're back. All right. I don't know what the hell happened. I was like, blah, 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 blah. And then yeeted. Okay. Let's get back to it. Sorry. It always happens. And then people are always like, oh my God, no, they got her. That's what freaks people out. Okay. Let's go back to it. Sorry, y'all.
The victim's mom doesn't want to come on because she's upset and you guilt trip her, Justin, but it's not all for show.
You know what? At least she knew she was a kid and that another family member could raise him at the time. You show everything, Dre. Everything. Nothing is off limits for you.
You're complaining about Dre showing everything, but yet the family is the one that posted the police report with the incident. The family was the one that posted the facilities he was in. That stuff was posted by the family of Marvon McRae, not Dre, by the family. And you never had any hand in releasing private information except you read all of the previous police reports to their address.
Dre, she got in touch with you and you told her not to come out. You said this on a recording. I'm going to tell her not to come out.
Let's be clear. Yes, they did communicate. Dre and Letitia have both stated they had a good conversation. So what went wrong, Justin? Do you know that part? Have you asked that part? Why don't you ask?
And that's exactly right, Liz. Then why wasn't it okay for Letitia? Why wasn't it okay for Letitia? Why is it okay for some people to come and not others?
Ask Letitia, Justin. Ask her. You have her number. Ask her. Ask her what changed. What happened in their communication that broke this down?
You can say what you want, Dre, but this is the thing. You want control of everything, of everyone, and the show to be on you constantly. The show, it needs to be Dre's show. Here, stop and take a screenshot in front of my husband with this cute dress on while he is attached to a machine keeping him alive right now. That would be cute.
Do I sense a little bit of jealousy maybe about who has more of a show or who gets more attention on their show from their behaviors? Is that what I'm sensing here? Because it seems like it.
And that's exactly right, that girl. Why did she have to get an attorney then? Because there was communications and negotiations that she could go see Vaughn. Because you told her not to come out, she can't see him, everything like that.
You've been covering this case for over a month, and you still don't have the answer for why Letitia needed an attorney, Justin?
Here's the
Interesting.
thing. Dre did not want Vaughn going out to Georgia. Did not want him going out to Georgia. He had an RV. He was talking to his family. We've got him talking to his family on Facebook for the last several years. He called her mom. He called his sisters sis. He said he loved them.
Listen to the bullshit. Listen to this. This just infuriates me to listen to. And people think he is just such an innocent bystander who got caught up in this bullshit.
And he was trying to mend the relationships that she took away.
Has anyone stopped to think that they probably bought an RV for the family and the dogs so they didn't have to rent hotel rooms or invade on people when they traveled to Georgia as a family? Has anybody thought about that being a possibility? Everybody is hell-bent on this. Marvon was leaving, going back to his family. Really?
Nobody better be timing Truth Seeker out. Nobody. That's it. Do not ever time Truth Seeker out.
Do not ever time Truth Seeker out. The names back then, oh God, the chaos.
Truth Seeker, I'll fix that. 1 second, I'll give you a wrench. Truth Seeker.
It's funny that he's so concerned about that Truth Seeker account because that's an account that I've been paying attention to lately too. Wonder why they're so concerned about that account not ever being timed out.
Basically saying, I got very angry there for a second because you have all of these nitnoid people out here claiming that Miss Letitia didn't make an effort. You know, I'm not going to say names, but you know what I'm talking about. And then you have this woman standing there on a live video, and within the same breath, she says, I thought that was his biological mother, so I was going to have security escort them out.
Bingo.
And turns right around in the same breath and says, but
Thank
she doesn't
you.
make the effort to come see her son. How dare you? How dare you? You said that on a live. And for all these other people that are making these accusations that she's not doing this and she's not doing this, listen to that video, please.
I love how they get all excited about justifying their reasons. They snap those fingers or their little fans or whatever, like they made some big valid point. But yet the entire time, even Lynette's told them, no, Trey thought I was Letitia. She was confused.
Because if she would have gone there, what would have happened? She would have been turned around.
Well, exactly.
She would have had her thrown out.
That's why she had to get the freaking lawyer.
Exactly. Yeah. So for any of the people, and people have their own opinions, and I get that everyone's entitled to it. I'm just saying mine. If that right there doesn't tell you exactly, she said it out of her own mouth.
That's right.
So I just want it all to stop with Miss Letitia. People need to leave her alone. They need to leave the whole family alone. Like, it just needs to quit. You know, we're focused on a goal here, and that is justice, which, like you said, that is just an in-depth police investigation. Whether it turns out to be whatever it is, that is all we want.
Listen, it is what.
It's got to be living in another universe.
That was Nicole Nux. She was one that I think, I don't know where she stands to this day. I don't mind Nux, but a lot of people were really, really misinformed, unfortunately.
Because is the exclusive content creator still confused why Letitia had to get an attorney to see Marvon? And are you guys confused because Letitia has stated that she's been to Arizona twice and was turned around? You know, the first time she attempted to go to Arizona to see Marvon when Rochelle took time off work, you know, that time. Oh, wait, did you forget?
Yes, whatever. Exactly. You know, if she didn't do nothing, fine. If she did something, we'll deal with it. Whatever. All we need is a thorough police investigation, particularly if he doesn't wake up. Exactly. That's it. That's the end. That's it.
It's really funny how, to me, he's backtracking in this. He just wants a thorough investigation, yet there was all this other stuff that they wanted and were demanding before.
That's absolutely true. And this is the thing. It's not about Dre in this instance. It's not about Letitia. It's not about anyone. It is about Vaughn, and everyone should work for the common goal of getting him better.
Wow.
I get so frustrated hearing them say it's about Marvon, yet they have continued to spin these stories and make problems for the family continually
Love you too, Cash. Kisses. Smooch, smooch.
with no stop, and they don't care at all.
Requesting refunds from Letitia because, for one, it's very rude. You are donating to a cause, a very good cause, and to ask for it back is very rude. But
You know what's even ruder is passing off misinformation as fact and having a bunch of people believe certain things so they donate their hard-earned money to said cause when in reality that's not what it was for.
two, that is the only way that we are getting answers. Dre is not going to give us answers. And so when Letitia and Mr. Jackson go there, that is the only way that we are getting answers.
That is the only way. Yes.
So if we want updates, keep donating. Like,
I forgot about this. I don't remember who this even is. Nanya, are you here? Anybody remember who this is talking on panel with him? The first one was Nux, but this isn't Nux. I don't remember who this is, but yeah, if we want updates, keep donating. I forgot about this shit.
plain and simple.
I mean,
that's how we're going.
Justin brings a guest on who makes the statement. So if we want updates, continue to donate. What the actual F are you guys thinking?
Man, I was such a goody two shoes. I said, what the F instead of what the fuck. Look at me now.
Tell me again, you're not paying for content though, right? That's not what you're doing. You would never do such a thing. Then what are you suggesting here? Because that's for sure paying for content. Right there. Bingo.
And we know they have a history of doing that now. My goodness. I didn't know and at this point in time, y'all, I really did not know that there was a 5-year history of this. I had no clue of any of this. Some of you followed me back in here and know I was completely clueless.
And you agreed with it. You co-signed again.
To get any answers, that's how we're going to get any updates, is Miss Letitia and Mr. Jackson. So it's very rude, and I just hate it for them. I cannot.
Let's be very clear. The only person that will be giving any type of update on this situation would be Dre. And considering she is off social media currently, I don't see how that's going to happen.
It's just sad that people get in the way of victims. You know what I mean? Like, yes.
Mingo, I can see that. Honestly, like looking at it from back here now, looking at how and so many people didn't know this stuff was even being posted. Like, you know, I was a tiny little channel. I still am. And then here I come out of nowhere, and they had people convinced that I was Katie too for the longest time. So that instantly discredited me, which there is no association, and they were never able, because there's just nothing there. But they banked on that because of her problematic history and were able to shut me down in so many facets. I could have laid this out front and center, but they were able to maneuver and manipulate things and continue the attacks, and they've still done it. It's insane to listen to this backwards. Smiles, let me tell you right now. I said it earlier, but I don't even remember. August 21st. I did this August 21st. I hadn't even been on YouTube for a month at this point in time yet. Yes, Justin and somebody else. Cash. Cash, you know how many screenshots they have of your comments? Do you know how much they love to sit here and like, they don't realize that I don't care. Like, I love it. Continue on.
It's really interesting how they love to use the term victim when it's impactful in things that they're trying to convey to their following. Yet when you're talking about the actual victim in this story and the actual story itself and the truth of the story, they don't have time, don't want to hear it. Don't waste that over there.
I'm not a victim. They're not a victim. Let's focus on the victims. Right. We shouldn't be the story.
You shouldn't be the story at all. Nope, 100%.
And in my mind, Miss Letitia and Mr. Jackson are victims just as much as Vaughn is, just as much as the kids are.
This is the thing.
Again, he's co-signing some more stuff that is just spewing out on his channel, but he's co-signing for it. How are they victims? Explain.
If Vaughn did this to himself, they are attacking someone who was mentally ill at the time and tried to commit S.
Listen to this shit.
Right? Attempted to commit S. Or if something nefarious happened to him, they are going after the family of, even, something more nefarious, like, so either they're going after an attempted suicide victim, or they're going after someone that has done something nefarious, like such as even, an attempted homicide, even as worse as it could be allegedly. So either way, they're picking on one, either way doesn't look good.
Attempted homicide. What the fuck? Oh, this shit was deep.
This is one of those moments that if you could see the look on my face right now, that would tell you everything that I'm thinking after that recent statement he just made. I don't know why people cannot stick to the facts and they have to go from one extreme to the other always. It doesn't have to be that way. It should be based on the facts. This is about Marvon, right? So it's about time people start telling the truth for Marvon.
You're picking on an attempted suicide or an attempted homicide. So either way, it's not good. It's just not.
But bashing the wife of said victim online for hours, upwards of 6 hours a day, is okay.
It's blown out of proportion, making a mountain out of a molehill. Yes, that's the internet. That's the internet.
Okay,
He is really trying to distance himself from this. The internet has made a mountain out of a molehill. The internet has blown this out of proportion. Justin, you're part of that internet.
Because we heard something that Dre requested. I mean, if that came from her words, we just don't know anything as far as what Dre requested unless Dre said it.
Wow.
But how many times have you called her a liar and said you don't believe anything that she states? But now that's the only way you're going to find out certain things?
All right, guys, please hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. It is the way that we get Justice for Bond's name out into the algorithm of YouTube so people can hear his name. God bless each and every one of you. God bless you, Miss Letitia. Thank you all for joining. Thank you.
That's how we get his. Oh my gosh.
For your compassion, your caring. My heart is just so filled with gratitude for all of you, really. So please hit that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. Good night and God bless.
I love how creators also almost do that like guilt trip. Oh, it's how we get Justice for Marvon's name out to the algorithm if you like my videos. Again, it's all about the creator.
I stand by that still to this day. I cannot stand the clickbaiting, the simp shit, the dry begging. Not for me, none of it.
It's not about the actual story. And yes, I appreciate all of you subbing, liking videos, interacting with them 100%. It gets the truth out there on what I'm doing. But
I don't even ask you guys to hit the thumbs up. The mods do. But it's something that I would just like, it was awkward for me when I asked you guys in these videos. It was so awkward to even say it then. But it's just one of those things, like, you don't have to. People are going to hit the like button if they like you. Like, they're going to come in. They're just getting the habit of doing it. And I appreciate that. Sometimes people need a reminder. And the mods do wonderful about that. But it's like, some of them, like, really, the way they do it, just grosses me out. I don't know. Oh, Lane, I love that. Hey, we don't care how you got here. I don't care how anybody came to me. I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, Susie. Crazy. Marcy, I agree with your husband too, by the way. I think this is the only way that people should listen to us is definitely eat edibles and change our voices to chipmunks. I think your husband has a great idea. I just included the edible part. All right, we're almost done with this one.
Are in it for another angle. They're in it for the cha-ching, cha-ching. Break this down a little bit because I feel like this creator is a walking contradiction. He says one thing and instantly retracts and spins it a different direction. That is all I have seen him do in any videos. He's either co-signing some BS that one of these women is spewing out, or he's sitting there silent, letting other women be attacked by his little cronies.
Yeah.
And his little religious tirades that he goes on about how they only want people involved with God or this, that, and the other thing. And I've already said, I don't care what your religious beliefs are. I have my own. I don't care about yours. They're none of my business. They're none of his business. Just because you're a Christian does not make you a good person. A piece of shit's still a piece of shit, no matter what. But to be so unaware of oneself like he is so unaware of who he is or what he stands for. It's actually painful for me to watch because you watch him co-sign on things that I don't think he probably actually feels. But yet, because he allows them to take the lead for him.
Potato, please let me know. Oh my gosh, if you need anything, let me know. I hope she didn't break it.
And speak for him once again. He is co-signing. So this is his behaviors. And at what point does anybody say, hey, it's time we start taking accountability? Our following deserves better than this. Let me be very frank. When this started, I did have a little bit of respect for this creator. I thought, oh, maybe he'll bring.
Damn, did I just say I had respect for Spanky at one point in time? Oh, man. Man alive, what was I thinking?
Some positivity to this. That little bit of respect I had is completely gone. Tell me what you guys think he sits by and co-signs all this stuff. What do you guys actually think of this creator? I'd love to hear more. Thanks for watching another one. Have a great day.
All right, let's go. We've got another one. Okay. We'll probably skip one of the long ones and hit a couple more of the short ones. Sheila, right? I know, PG. I need to. I know. It's crazy, though, to hear that shit. I'm like, man, I was naive. Man alive, I was naive. Freaking clueless about some of this. Oh, let's look at this one.
Welcome back. It's hey y'all. Welcome back. It's Contessa Nonsense.
Oh my gosh. Nanya. Oh, look at this shit. This is terrible. This is August 23rd. Oh my God. What is wrong with me? This is when this shit started, y'all. This is Nanya's fault. Okay, I gotta rewind that because that's hysterical. I forgot where this all came from.
Hey y'all, welcome back. It's Contessa Nonsensical here with your daily dose of nonsense on the web. You might ask, what are you up to today, Contessa? What are you doing to cause havoc on the web? Well, let me show you. Today, we are going to go over who's who of shady admins. And let me be the first to say, I don't care who uses an alt or a fake profile. I'm anonymous. So that's not my
Well, that's not true anymore.
concern whatsoever. My concern is what people be doing with these fake profiles and alts, especially when the fake profiles and alts are running a group that is stated to be for justice for Vaughn. These are all just kind of random screenshots. They are not date order or anything. They're just screenshots of the admins talking about fake profiles that they have and alts that they have and why some of the reason for them having them is. Let's get into it. We've talked about how the admins of the Justice for Vaughn and Exposing Draymond Curry groups had been blocking people right and left anytime somebody would ask a question, or if they could find out somebody was a Dre supporter, they would find their profile and block them. And again, go ahead and pause to read if you want. I will post the stills on my Facebook page if you're a creator and wants to use any.
They're still up to this day.
Of this, feel free. July 30th, Gigi's saying that Molly hasn't talked to her for 2 weeks. That's interesting because they've been telling all of us that there's no issues, that there's still talk, all of that. Gigi, why are you lying to the other admins? Because I know for a fact you're still in communication with Molly because you're on her streams at all times. And although I know that Eve was the one to initially make connection to Letitia, I also know that Gigi and Tony were the ones to connect Molly to Letitia. And again, these are just random, no order. They're just chats that the admins have or were a part of that they've talked about their fake profiles and their alts and what they use them for.
Oh
I
shit.
question why they're worried about things that they're doing coming
Don't fuck around. There won't be no shit. Whoops.
back on Letitia. If everything's on the up and up, then why are they worried about anything that they would be doing coming back on Letitia? And they can say all they want that they're protecting Letitia from being harassed, yet their advice and behaviors and their help has actually backfired, in my opinion, and created more problems for Letitia than anything else. And again, I don't care if you use a fake page, an alt, anything like that. That doesn't matter to me. You can still be transparent with everything you post using an alt. There is
Sure can.
simple ways of doing it. But it doesn't seem like any of you have figured out how to not be shady in anything you do. And again, I sit and go, why did the family put up with this type of behavior from these people who were supposed to be representing them? It just continually reminds me that nothing is as it seems in this. It doesn't make sense because it seems like they've spent more time trying to cover things up than just being honest with people from the get-go. Once again, tell me what you guys think.
Oh my gosh, how spot on was that shit? And we didn't even have a clue. No clue. And look at what has evolved off of that group in itself. Off of 4 admins and their mods and that group on Facebook. My gosh. The craziness. Okay, let me find another short one. Oh, here. This one's got Katie Joy in it. Let's see what this one is. Okay, so we've got, I'm trying to timestamp or trying to figure this out. Okay, Misinformation Cronies Part 6. I've forgotten live. Okay, I see where we're at now. Let's do this one.
Are about.
This one will be
And
from, these are just kind of fun. August 26th is the date on this one.
Well, it's Friday and I didn't forget. Did you? We are due for a Friday Fright. And if you're new here, a Friday Fright is screenshots that I drop in a video of people's own statements or words that they have said in the.
By the way, people have asked me, do you drop or first of all, do you record your conversations? Absolutely not. Never. I've talked to all of the girls on the phone. Never once have I recorded anything. Do I take screen recordings and or like screenshots of my messages with everybody? Absolutely not. There are so many people that have came to my inbox that I've never ever said a word about, given information out about, nothing. It's the people who continually fuck with me and play games that I have zero problem exposing. If you don't play games in my inbox, there's no reason for it to ever be exposed. I don't care if you're an alt. I don't care if you don't like me. None of that. It's the game playing that I don't do. So I am prone, and I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I should do that again. Those are fun.
This case, that should come back to haunt them. But in most of the cases, they just spin the circle even more. And yes, this is just 3 simple screenshots of a conversation that took place between Letitia and the admins of the Exposing Dre McRae and Justice for Vaughn groups. However, the screenshots are about Katie of Without a Crystal Ball. A lot of people have gone around saying that Katie has harassed the family or that the family was feeling pressure by her, yet you will see for yourself that there was more going on behind the scenes than we were all being told by these creators. Even Katie herself, I don't think, knows about this conversation yet. Letitia starts off by asking,
did you notice how I said, I don't think Katie even knows about this conversation yet? I wasn't in communication with her like that. I dropped a video probably before she knew. She might have known. I fucking have no clue, but I wasn't sending her stuff. It's so funny to listen to this shit. Oh.
Did she put anything else out? Tony says, yes, she just messaged me that she.
Cash, are you misbehaving? Cash is bored.
Put something else out about their marriage license. I haven't seen it. Letitia responds and says, that didn't come from me. I haven't said much since the interview she put out. Tony replies and says, and she also still has in her story that Dre offered for you to see him, but she took down the screenshot. And of course, I have questions and lots of them. Gigi responds, Letitia, just want you to know that there's been quite a few people who have reached out to us concerned about Katie, so just keep your eyes open. We in this group don't know of her, but we've been getting private messages and comments. Just be on the guard, not saying anything bad, just wanted you to know so you're aware. He continues, also that we're doing everything to get you to the goal. We're coming up with ideas and what we can do in case we need. The first thing is to reach out to everyone that has put the story out and maybe they can use their platform to spread the word. And then fast forward to Tony says, I will start typing it up and let you approve it. Letitia says, yes, they are going to have a big fight. Katie, dirtier than I thought, huh? Mary replies, some people are all about themselves, unfortunately. Letitia replies, I'm be nice to her and said she sent me the police cam footage until she's paying for it, so it'll be nice to get.
Craziness. So she thought Katie was going to get the police cam footage, the body cam footage, and give it to her. So she was going to play nice with Katie until she got a hold of that. And meanwhile, all she would have had to do was FOIA request it, except they did FOIA and they were not releasing it until the very end. People had tried to get it, but isn't that crazy? The back and forth. Well, Sheila, I think it went both ways, to be honest. I think it definitely went both ways a little bit. There was a lot of opportunity going on here. That's just crazy to think about that.
It kind of looks to me like Letitia might have been using the relationship with Katie a little bit. So what I'm understanding is that other people were having concerns about Katie covering the story. That got told to Letitia, who said, okay, basically I'm using her for this. And then when I'm done, well, we've all seen how it's gone since then.
Yep.
And we do know that the police department refused to release the body cam footage. So nobody has that at this point. But again, the question I'm left with is why would Letitia Bias, the bio mother, be relying on people from YouTube with such personal, private information? Why is she relying on YouTube creators to provide her with this information? That's a problem, in my opinion. Tell me what you guys think. I don't understand why a family would ever rely this heavily on YouTube creators for such private information. That's just me. Thanks for watching. Have a
I don't think that was the intent, Running Bear. I will be honest, because I will say there is a lot of stuff that people don't know publicly about people's involvement. And maybe someday they will, but there's a lot of stuff that has gone on behind the scenes that would change a lot of people's opinions on certain things. There was a lot of opportunity being sought. Everybody wanted a piece of the pie in certain ways. They all had different motives. I will say that. And I don't think that that was the initial intent. I think there was a lot of people that saw opportunity in this and weren't thinking straight of what was actually going on. But I think there was a lot of people that were intentionally misled from the jump too. So it's a double-edged sword for sure. Yeah, and the whole thing with money was always really confusing to Kitten Claus. There was a whole lot of like confusion with that. Because she had asked, she was going to help post it. And then, I don't know, there's a lot that happened with the whole father of the kids and a cash. Like, I never followed that piece of it at all, not one bit, because she was not my content. And so there's a whole lot of stuff with that still people bring up. And I'm like, I don't fucking know what went on there, because none of us were following that piece. That should have never been discussed, period, point blank, end of story. But it's just, there's a lot of weird shit that's gone on. A lot. Let me find another short one. Let me see. I did a few shorts back here. Oh, here's the things that make you go, Part 1. What's this?
Your daily dose of nonsense on the web. And yes, today there will be multiple.
This is September 5th.
Doses of nonsense on the web, because unfortunately there is nothing but nonsense on the web right now. I have so many clips of videos that we haven't even gotten to, or things that we have not even been close to covering. So I am trying to get more content out about things that they themselves have said in this story. And contradicting things to what are being claimed now. If you want to see more from Marvon's perspective, I encourage you to go check out the YouTube page, The Missing Puzzle Pieces. They have more videos containing Marvon's statements. And I think some of you have missed that. Yes, Marvon and Letitia were trying to rekindle. He obviously loved his family, and that never changed. Same with he loves his wife. That doesn't change. But you need to listen to Letitia's own words. Listen to what she says.
Oh, shit.
Yes. First, I want to apologize for you guys even having to go through this for trying to help me, because I seen when the police showed up. I'm so sorry. Number two, I heard when you mentioned about, him calling, maybe having to call out to his family. We all said the same thing. We really wish he would have, we call it a kite, just to say, hey, I'm in trouble. I need you guys' help. Do you not think we would have went? I would have drove there if I had to pick my baby up. And to see these text messages.
Wow.
And to see.
As you can tell with that one short statement, their relationship wasn't as people are trying to make it out to be. They didn't have contact. Marvon did not reach out to them for help. They were not aware of what was going on in Marvon's life. Obviously, there was a big disconnect. But that's not to be passed over and said that she didn't deserve to see her son. That's not what I've ever said. She still deserves to see Marvon, but she has seen him. And she's also done a lot more damage than good for Marvon and his story. And that, sadly, is something that we have to acknowledge. Justice for Marvon, to me, means justice for Marvon's story. It doesn't matter who is doing him wrong. They deserve to be brought to justice. That's my opinion on it. Well, thanks for watching another short.
Oh, I stand by that still today. Dignity for Marvon. That's the craziest shit ever to listen to some of these back. Like absolute craziness to listen to some of this back and how they emotionally manipulated so many people. It's absolutely frustrating. Okay, let me find another short. I did some random shorts. Oh, here we go.
On the case.
Okay, this one is from September 5th. This is another short. Oh, looks like we might get moose knuckle on this one. Sorry. We're almost done.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back for another dose of nonsense on the web. We are taking a look back at some of these shorter clips that people forget were said. Or I should say, things that they have said in these clips. Anyways, let's get into another one because there are so many things that have been said. And recently, it was stated that followers of the haters or the people that were donating were just trying to cause problems. They've been trying to cause problems all along for Letitia. Well, this is back in the beginning of July, right when Molly got on the case. And if you notice, Molly's own followers and Justin's asked them to contact the attorney to see if they could set up a fund so people could donate directly to that.
Shit! I forgot about this. Holy shit.
Fund. Nothing to do with anything but just trying to help the family, correct?
I forgot.
But then they made the excuse that it was going to.
This is wild. Anybody know what's coming up? I forgot that we had this. Sorry, I get excited because I forget what's all here.
Cost extra money to set up the fund and all these other excuses. Here, why don't you just listen to what Molly says herself?
This is insane. Last night I gave 1,000, okay? 1,000. I don't want her to be on her own. And the thing is I don't want them calling these people scam artists. And the thing is they're calling Justin and I scam artists. And we're sitting here like, talking about scam artists. So she needs more money. And my point is it's pissing me off that this woman is in a position just to see her own son. Like, what did this woman do to you that was so bad?
Hey, Marissa, can we see if the attorney has like a Cash App or a PayPal or something. That way it can go directly.
Oh, good idea.
I'm gonna call it.
That's a great idea.
All right. I'm gonna call her right now, Letitia. So she's waiting for my call. This poor lady, man. Oh my God. I'm gonna make a public plea. Please, Andrea, please. Don't let this woman be tormented. Don't let all of us have to friggin' listen. I'm willing to do an entire day of fundraising tomorrow. Please.
Every time the shit gets deep, the fundraising starts.
Why can't you just say yes? I'll leave you alone, I promise. I give you my word. If you can do this in the next 12 hours, please let her go see her son. I swear to God, I'll back off. All the videos go down. I'm only responsible for myself.
I'll remove mine as well.
Thanks for watching another one.
Crazy. Guess she got to see her son, and no, the videos, well, they've recently came down, but things that make you go, things that make you go, Man, these things piss me off to watch again. Yikes. Blatant lies over and over again. Let's see what this one is. No, let's see what this one is. The forgotten things that, yeah, we'll go this one. All right, this is from, hold on, sorry, let me tell you a date. September 9th. September 9th.
23rd, 2022. This took place July 17th, 2020.
Hold on.
Hey, y'all. Contessa here. We are back with another dose of nonsense on the web. I'm trying to get through some of these screen recordings that I've had in my phone for what seems like forever at this point. This is back from July 17th. So the incident happened on May 23rd, 2022. This took place July 17th, 2022. This is a pretty short video, so nothing very long and drawn out, but it's just things that I think some people have missed in the bigger picture, because I'm getting a lot of, oh, they never said this. Oh, they've never called themselves that. Oh, they've never done this. And it's just not true. And usually I can pull it up pretty fast. So again, somebody said something to me earlier and I said, okay, well, I'm sorry, but they have called themselves that. And I dropped proof on Facebook. Yes, we are now dropping proof on YouTube.
Oh, shit.
Let's get into it.
Leading Clayton, appreciate you.
Put this banner up for Letitia. Letitia now has a PayPal. I asked her to put a PayPal.
Oh, no. More things that make them look bad. I forgot about this, too. Here goes the PayPal bullshit.
Up to get a PayPal because there were people in Australia that didn't have access to PayPal. So, yeah.
It would have been so much easier to just come out and say, hold on, Letitia, can you reactivate your PayPal? What's your PayPal? Instead of trying to basically lead your following this entire time that she had to create these apps because she didn't have them. She herself has addressed this and said that she has these apps. She just had to log back in to reactivate them. That's it. That's all.
So yes, Marcy, that was in one of the previous videos that we watched, I think yesterday.
So we spoke to Trell yesterday. I will send a message.
This is the conversation they had with Trell. They had discussed that if Letitia went out there because he was at the VA, they could not deny her visitation. Because he was currently at the VA, they could not deny that, is what the conversation with Trell was.
Tell Letitia, we are live now. I hope you will tune in. A former Marine that served with your son wants to speak. And also, I will be reaching out to Mr. and Mrs. Jackson.
Thank you, Brooke.
Mr. and Mrs. Jackson were able to see Marvon at the VA.
It's the 17th of July, and she is finally now telling her following that Marvon Sr. has been allowed to see Marvon. But what she's not telling them is that this happened back around the 22nd of June. They left Georgia the 18th of June to travel to Arizona. Wynette and Marvon Sr., the biologic father and stepmother of Marvon. That was already done. Letitia, the biologic mother and stepfather, were actually on their way to Arizona during this stream, supposedly. She says, I hope Letitia tunes in. She's traveling across country to see her son who's in a coma. Do you really think that social media or streamers on YouTube should be her main priority? Or would that make more sense that getting to her son would be the priority, since that's what you've all said, right?
At first, they were denied. If you didn't know that, they were denied.
Yes. And again, that's just not how things went.
And it's on video. She recorded herself she crawled out of her casket and she recorded herself. And you can hear Von's father saying, what? We drove 3,000 miles to see you told me I can't see my son? Listening to that, Letitia, okay, so Letitia's there, okay? Okay.
Okay. They're back on the road.
Oh, yes, they rested and they've been on the road for a few hours, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
They had supposedly left Georgia the day before.
You have to get rest whenever, when you're on the road
Absolutely.
like
And
that.
I told her, I said, listen, get yourself a real sit-down meal, a little bit of fast food, fine. Starbucks, fine. But Letitia's PayPal
You mean the steak dinner you told them to get?
I have it. If Letitia, it is, and it's official, you guys. Also, I have to stick up for a young lady.
Oh, God.
One thing. All right, so the Letitia bias is at Letitia.
It's been official for years since she had the taxi business.
Cynthia, thank you so much.
Molly, Justin, thank you for all you're doing for Vaughn and his mom. You know
Thank
what?
you,
I'll
Mom.
tell you one thing. It is an honor to be a voice.
It's an honor to be asked to do this.
Thank you, everyone. It really is.
It's amazing the things you can go back and find if you actually put the effort into researching stuff instead of spewing more misinformation. They have 100% considered themselves the voice of this family.
Marcy.
100%.
She had never expected, much like Miss Letitia, the types of people on the internet. It's kind of like when Letitia was pleading, for Dre to allow her to see her son. She said, what did I do? I don't understand. What did I do? She goes, I only have a little Facebook. I didn't know that people like this were like this on the internet. And, for me,
I'll be honest. At first, I bought the whole she didn't know that people were truly like this on the internet also. I truly did at first think, oh my goodness, she's probably the victim of a lot more going on here. That was my initial thought too. But as things started to unfold and facts started to come out in this story, I quickly learned that there was a lot more going on that she was very well aware of, if not the one that was helping push these things in certain directions. And as far as what did she possibly do to Dre, she's just got a little Facebook page. She was able to maneuver herself very easily into positions that aligned herself to get to where she's at, which is with Molly and Justin. And you see how things have gone. So it's not just this little timid lady that they're trying to pass off that didn't know anything about social media.
Calling Miss Letitia a scam artist, and it's just not right. And there's a specific group targeting this family, Vaughn's family, and we're not.
Back on July 17th, it was a group of people targeting that family. But now somehow it's changed to it's Katie and Uni attacking the family.
Saying that it is, because a lot of people are thinking that it's Dre behind it. I don't think that it's Dre.
I want to see these said attacks. I want to see them.
When money's involved, people go nuts. They just go nuts. It's jealousy. But guess what? There are people in this world, believe it or not everybody's a scam artist. Not everybody is a swindler or a grifter or a low-life piece of trash.
It's probably best I don't respond to that.
This is it's heartbreaking. The thing is I don't care if they attack me, but don't do it to them. They don't deserve that. Come on.
They're not used to this.
Plus they're innocent. They didn't do anything. So
Isn't it interesting how on July 17th they started doing this, their innocent thing, and now we're seeing stuff that says justice for Letitia?
this is the thing. When people need help, a lot of people don't know where to go to get it. Me, I'm very good at fundraising, but when there's something like this happening, yeah, people will cover it, but they're not as loud as I am. I'm probably the loudest and the most.
Don't think that those are redeeming qualities, really.
Apparently,
Juju, I bet it's hard watching some of this. If you hadn't seen some of this before, I bet it's really like, whoa.
Another channel that had us on, I think you all know, Katie, has contacted this friend, and allegedly it says, so I see that witch Katie just posted about speaking to the friend. Wow.
Oh, this was their
Please tell me that
competition.
that's not the same one you were talking about. Wow.
This is the competition shit.
Wow. Wow. You know what? Not a lot of things shock me, but your behavior.
Let's just wait.
Not. You want to overshadow. You just want drama. You don't care about this young man. You really don't. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Some of this stuff I just laugh about because her reaction to things is so intense and over the top.
Yeah, it's on her page. Oh, that's just great.
She's
That's
so
just
mad.
great. Okay. So this is a pissing match. It's a personal pissing match.
See?
The only thing that comes to my mind in this situation is races on and here comes the backstretch. All right, go to the inside.
Oh shit, I sang.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Anybody else remember how that song might possibly end?
I'm pretty sure it goes something like, and the winner loses all.
Sorry about the horrible singing. Not really. But Contessa, over and out. Thanks for watching another one. Hey, y'all. Contessa.
That's when I started singing in Insanity. Holy shit. That's wild. It's wild to look back at this stuff. Only one who made it personal. They all, because of their history. The history that precedes these people is intense on all ends. Like it is. Holy shit. It's a lot. We're going to go back through some of these other ones that are longer. We've got one here, Misinformation Cronies Part 6, Part 7. Let's give him something to talk about. What's that one? About why you always lying. What's
content that I can use?
Hold on. Let's see when this one was. August 25th.
No.
Oh, by the way, this is actually me. My mouth, my finger, my nose on this little lady. We're going to watch this one and then we're going to be done for the night. It's actually machine.
Sorry about your eardrums. Hey, y'all. Welcome back for your daily dose of nonsense on the web with your host, me, Contessa. And before anyone asks, Contessa, what are you doing today? Let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Because buckle up, babies. It's going to be a long day. So yesterday morning, MGL decided to go live and say some stuff on her live stream about me nonsense. Well, actually, more so she was trying to say that Katie Joy is me.
Oh, wait, hold on. Because I thought in December she said she just figured out who I was. Wait, this was August 25th that I posted this? Oh, whoops. There goes that theory. Okay, Kiki.
And honestly, it's actually really benefiting me that they're doing this because it's causing more people to come over here and subscribe and or watch the videos that contain nothing but proof and facts. So I guess I owe them first and foremost a huge thank you for making me relevant and making my content relevant by your actions.
Oh,
and what they are doing is actually giving me content that I can use for a long time coming because they are fabricating things to pass off these lies. I have been transparent on Facebook since the start. Nonsense on the Web was originally named something different. It was originally my backup page to my main CMC Protest Truths Nonsense in the Holler page, which I lost access to. I lost access to the account that runs that page. So the main page is still up, I just can't access it. So I moved to the backup page and I renamed it because I was trying to tie it.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. I'm giving you an actual factual history lesson once again. Oh, Lordy. Lordy, look who's 40.
To my YouTube page so it was easier for people to find. I explained all of this in the comment section as I was doing things. And yes, even being anonymous, you can be transparent. It's not that hard. But some of these people can't figure out that it's easier to be transparent and honest with your following than not. Let's get into it.
Did Blank tell you KJ got caught last night? No, what happened?
Of course, randomly, Molly in the middle of her stream gets this text message from Blank to read out loud. And in typical Molly style, she sets up this big show for her audience. You know, her performance of a lifetime. And yes, this stream just took place on the 24th of August, which is yesterday. And of course, not shocking, but once she got off the stream, she made the stream members only. But let's go.
What happened with Crystal Ball? She got caught last night doing what?
This shit's funny.
Again, she says last night, but watch, as this video goes, you'll see the actual dates that they're trying to pass off as last night, which would have been August 23rd, that I would have supposedly done this.
I didn't realize so many people hated her. Some guy put out a video. I sent it.
This is when she pays somebody for information, I think, isn't it? Oh gosh, I forgot about this shit.
So Letitia, you guys got to hear this shit. Oh fuck, I gotta go. I got 5 minutes.
And she's off to the races with her normal, you got to see this, but then it doesn't show it, doesn't follow up with anything, it doesn't give them proof of anything.
She also said that you wouldn't be at the House of Blues. She knows them. Only saw about 10 minutes and couldn't deal. Yeah, she says she knows the owners. It's a corporation. It's a corporation.
Just for transparency reasons, I don't know anything about what they're talking about with the House of Blues at all.
House of Blues.
I had no clue. None.
And guess what? We had my last Chicago one was also at the House of Blues.
I think her setup here is wonderful because she's got the little cup with the spoon, acting like she's sipping her soup or her tea, except what she's giving you guys is lukewarm tea. If you actually want piping hot tea and factual based piping hot tea, come on over to my channel. You're always welcome there. But we don't tolerate misinformation or people who run with misinformation. So if that's you, please stick to your main
Man, I was snappy.
group over there.
I got a little sassy in some of these.
Make a funny call. I gotta go to the doctor. If I don't go to the doctor, Robin's gonna kill me.
Oh my God, Robin was still.
Just remember, I've been dodging all my appointments since that thing happened. And I went to the emergency room.
Oh my God.
When Justin went down to
I want to be very clear about something because the next statement I'm going to make might rub some people the wrong way. This I anticipated. The health issues, stress causes health issues. No matter what, this situation is stressful, especially for a lot of them, because they've got themselves in a spot that they can't really get out of. They're lying to attempt
Y'all, this is back in August.
to get out of this and act like they just don't know or this isn't what it is. But that will lead to stress and potentially health issues. I anticipate we see this as these people try to pull away more and more from more of them, that they'll fall ill or things will start happening. This is kind of how it goes, unfortunately. And when I say this is kind of
How many of them got sick, ended up getting off the internet after a bunch of shit was started, flip-flopping to sides? Their mental health, they had to leave the internet because of their mental health each and every time. This was back in August. I was saying this shit. I had been on YouTube for 1 month. 1 month at this point in time. I mean, those of you guys that know, it's right in front of our faces, but it's crazy that within a month we were calling it and nothing has changed. The graphic, that's me. That's me holding my finger up to my mouth. Like, shh, that's my lips. That's what it is.
How it goes. It's typical when people start getting called out on their BS that things start magically happening,
Oh my
and that's
gosh.
why they're all of a
Not
sudden
just small me
absent
either.
from social media versus how they were behaving before.
KJ accidentally was logged in.
And by the way, I anticipate getting sick because everybody in my house is trying to put germs in my face. I can't get away from them. So normal mom, we always get what the kids get. So hopefully I'm going to avoid it though. I've been wearing a hazmat suit. I'm just joking.
As the nonsense Facebook page and started replying on her own without a crystal ball Facebook page.
Look at this. How excited she was.
No. No.
Oh.
No.
Name that movie clip that she's reenacting. Does anybody remember that movie clip at all? And the lady doing that same, no, no, no. Let's dissect what she just told you all. Because what she said was Katie Joy, aka Without a Crystal Ball, was logged in on the nonsense Facebook page and accidentally started replying on Crystal Ball's page under nonsense to Katie's comments. Basically, that I forgot what account I was in and started replying. That's not true. This is actually from my admin activity. And first of all, you'll notice that this post was back on August 1st. Not like they're saying to you guys that it was just last night. I was just clicking the buttons so you could see everything that it gave me options to do. This is the view page option. I've explained this multiple times, but I'll explain it again. What happened was I had been tagged in a post. I had reshared some of her content on my page. We had been having discussions and comments on my page. Well, somehow I wasn't even paying attention. I saw a notification, clicked on it, started responding, didn't realize I was on Katie's page responding to comments instead of my own. Then when the lady asked me about it, I said, oh, shoot, basically. Yep, I did. And I told her right in the comments, whoops, that was it. That's all that happened. I didn't forget which account I was logged into or anything.
That is exactly what happened too. I had gotten tagged in a comment thread and I wasn't paying any attention and just went, into my notifications. I was tagged somewhere. I responded to the comment. Needless to say, I was tagged in Katie's thread and that's where I responded to. And they seriously have picked this apart and made it into something else when genuinely I was just having a blonde moment and had to eat an edible and probably should have not been trying to respond to comments. That's it. That's all. But they have made this into everything. It's not. Molly pays for this information and it's hysterical.
This is my page. Has always been my page. I have no admins, no nothing, but I'll show that in a minute too. Don't know what the big deal about this is though, that I was commenting on her thread in general because I was responding to other comments about this story. So I'm not really sure where the confusion is or how that's proof.
Yeah, my meet and greet is Saturday.
Pilot, right?
I will be there. I will have pictures. No, you don't have to pay for the pictures. It's free.
Get back to the important topics, my meet and greet. And yes, of course, it's free. I know. I'm doing you guys such a community service.
Oh.
Katie Joy. I'm not making this up. Holy shitters. Oh my God, Charlotte's gonna have a fucking field day.
I want to be clear on something because she does mention a few creators. As far as Charlotte goes, I do know who Charlotte is. I don't have anything negative to say about her. I don't watch her because what she covers is counterproductive to what I am even focused on. And I will never try to discredit other people's feelings or emotions about situations that I am not involved in, nor have I really have any knowledge of.
Listen to the
But not a single one of them have came to me and asked me.
Oh, Tiana, well, the thing is last night when the thing came off, like when the electricity came off, it was off for 40 minutes. And my husband wanted me, and he's probably going to do it again before I leave, right? Oh my God, there's proof of it.
Yep, there absolutely is proof that I commented on Katie's post in the wrong spot. and admitted it. I said that myself. I told them I was in the wrong spot on it.
I tell on myself at you guys know how expressive my face is, right? Functions, thank you so much for hanging out. I'll give you guys a break of this shit too. I promise. I won't just force feed you all this. But I tell on myself, and you guys know how expressive my face is. Like, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I cry, my nose turns bright. Like, you guys seen it all. Can you imagine? Like, they twisted a stupid moment into the biggest thing, and somebody got $50 for it. Crazy. Whoever collected on that, you're a dumbass.
Accident.
No. Oh, Tiana, girl, you just earned yourself a $50 super chat, baby.
Tiana.
You know what? Fuck the
Whoever
super
that
chat. Give me a fucking cash app.
Wait, Molly, are you paying for info again? And are you attempting to pay for info on me? Nonsense on the web? AKA Contessa? Honey, I could have saved you that $50 if you would have just came to my inbox like a real woman and asked me a question, because I could have showed you the admin activity where I screwed up and commented on her page. I could have saved you $50 and some embarrassment of once again looking like a fool and running with misinformation. Molly, this was not personal for me, but you're trying to make it personal for me. And that's a road you do not want to go down. See, my page is focused on facts and proof to back up those facts, something you know nothing about.
Ouch.
I have been overly kind to you and your little cronies. Overly kind.
Ouch.
But now I don't have any use for the misinformation that you continue to pass off. None.
I told you. She's a fraud. She's a liar.
And yes, even though she is attempting to say that KJ and nonsense are one and the same, which we are not, have no connection, no association, she doesn't even know who I am. This isn't the first time that they've heard of my page. They've heard of my page from the very beginning. They instantly tried to use the narrative that KJ was associated with it to attempt to discredit my information. This is another intentional distraction that they are using to discredit the facts that are coming out in this story. And once again, you see her boldly run with misinformation with zero verification of any facts and continue to push this narrative to other creators who those creators are taking this and spinning it and putting their own twist on it and running with it also. That's where she screwed up, because those creators are giving me attention, which attention is exactly what I wanted, because now more people are starting to see the facts in this case.
What she did to Letitia and her family is awful.
Man, the title of this video is good. The title of this video is so great. Things that don't age well, because
What's interesting is, once again, she says what was done to Letitia. Molly, do you realize Letitia messaged me just the other day and we had a conversation? No problems whatsoever, no issues. Both of us were fine to the other one. We had no issues whatsoever. Did she tell you that?
And I want you to know that Letitia, and Justin, we have taken care of Letitia.
In fact, when Letitia came to me in my inbox was just this week. We didn't have any negative interaction whatsoever, in my opinion. She presented me with what she wanted to tell me. I responded. Everything was very casual. No problems whatsoever. There was no threats, no name calling, no nothing. And the reason I have not exposed these messages and don't intend to is because, in my opinion, these messages actually make the situation look worse, not better. But before you go running around the internet accusing people of causing her to have this, this, and this, maybe you should know the facts, because she's having a lot of conversations that
I would have never exposed those messages either had they not continued to lie on me and push and push and push and lie on me and push and say all this stuff. I would have never exposed them. Had no business doing that. Hey, Army Wife. Yeah, it's crazy.
You don't know about. A lot.
Something happened to Letitia. And she doesn't want anybody to know. But if you really read between the lines, I sympathize, I empathize, and I know exactly what she's going through.
And this right here, that last clip, will lead into the next today because we will be addressing this, what happened to Letitia.
And when she's ready to tell you what happened to her, listen, I started crying. So when you saw the other day, when Justin called me up and he said, put her on mute, and I freaked out. No, Letitia's not okay.
As of midnight last night, the 24th, Letitia was okay. She was on live with her daughter while she was at work.
Letitia's not okay because of something that Crystal Ball did to her.
And again, this is intentionally laid. This was done at the last 8 minutes of this live before she got off. And then she comes back on a few hours later and she continues with this story.
It's something that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy. All right? Because I know I've experienced it. And honestly, I don't hate anybody enough. I don't hate anyone enough to say I wish that on them.
Most of you on my channel, I'm sure, are not shocked by this behavior or this intentional plan that they're putting in place at this point in time. Things have gotten a little uncomfortable and quiet over there, it seems.
And I'm going to let Justin or Letitia say what that was.
Don't want your name attached to another lie, Molly?
But when I got off this line, I was in the bathroom and I cried.
This was when she was leading her subs about the Bell's palsy shit. The first accusation.
I cried.
Sure you did, Jan. Sure, Jan.
Did you cry like this, like you did yesterday?
Maybe somehow this isn't my loss.
Oh shit, I forgot about this.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
If anybody needs a prime example how she can cry on cue, here you go.
Wow.
I'm really crying.
Harry smiles.
I'm losing it. I can't. Oh.
I forgot I caught all these. Oh man, no wonder why she loves me so much.
Anyways, you get the gist of the fact that Miss Actress can cry on command. And it's always this big production. So when she says, it made me cry, this is all I picture now because this is what she behaves like. Ollie, this is your behavior. Your behavior. You are a Z-list reality star wannabe celebrity who is obsessed with a Netflix or a docuseries.
Katie Joy put that woman
ouch
through unnecessary hell just because she wanted to be the queen of a story.
I even told Letitia in my message to her, if people are harassing them, I do not agree with it. Yet, I don't really think that's happening the way they're trying to pass it off. It's being stated by multiple people that they have contacted authorities in regards to harassment and bullying. And my response to that is, good, let the authorities handle it. Because I know for one thing, You won't find me or my identity involved in any of it.
You're not going to be the queen.
Still won't, but keep trying. I really hope law enforcement has a full investigation into all this shit, all their claims, because you guys will be so proud when everything. I just know, like, I haven't lied to you guys. I'm not doing shady shit. Don't give me a reason to look into you. Don't lie to everybody. Don't do that shit. We don't have a problem. But I don't take it off the internet. Like, this has all been out front from moment one. And it makes me so proud to know here we are still today, sticking to the same, like, listening to this. This was a month into this, and I have not changed my story, period, point blank, except to correct misinformation, correct myself, apologize if I was wrong, things like that. Otherwise, it just makes me feel so good to listen to some of this.
LB was talking about it. I was talking about it. Justin was talking about it.
There was many creators covering this story before any of these YouTube creators got involved. Many pages were covering this and had a lot of things on this story way before these guys got involved. And the competition to become queen of this story didn't start until these YouTube creators got involved. Instead of trying to tell Marvon's story and do Marvon's story any justice whatsoever, they have tried to make this story about them, the creators themselves.
Yep. Hey, New Zealand.
And thank God, Tia Simone. Watch Tia Simone late at night.
That's the creator that did this shady little ordeal.
Nanya, are you here? She might not be here. She's in and out all the time. I don't know if she's got me in her ear or not. This is Nanya's work right here. I told you guys this yesterday, that this was one of the easiest things. But there's my silhouette. There's Katie, a picture of Katie, and Nanya put the silhouette on her to match mine. We turned it in, and sure as shit, that's exactly. And then Tia admitted later on what they did to make it look like me, but all along it was actually just me. Yes, crazy. Poor Tia didn't know. And again, it was just another situation of believing what was being told to you, trusting people. Her and Goose had been friends for a long time. She had built that trust. She believed her. You know, it sucks.
If you want to see this closer, it's on my community tab. And if you want another 3 to 5 hour live of misinformation, go on over there.
And in the daytime, watch that chick Charlotte on the web.
I would just be very careful of what you take in as fact.
Mm-hmm.
I was making beds, doing laundry. Guess what? Went straight.
Can I tell you guys something that I've never told you? Some of Charlotte's very close friends, mods, things like that, reached out to me right in the beginning. Very much so right in the beginning, and established with me there was a difference between Charlotte and their beliefs versus the extreme antis. That's why I've always kind of viewed Charlotte a little differently. She's had a lot to say about me in the back, in the past and things like that. And she's spread a lot of misinformation. But I think out of any of them that has the most hope, it's always been her. Like, that's somebody that I don't know why. I don't know why I felt that way. I know a lot of people have been really disappointed in her behavior and her actions, but they really tried to put themselves in distance between the extreme antis, L, Uni, Katie. Like, they really tried to make sure that was established. And it was people that, I've never, Charlotte's people, they just really wanted to establish that there was not the level of shit going on with them, because at first I was lumping them all together as one. I didn't know any different.
Straight to Charlotte on the web. I listened to 2.0 because I was interested. Tia Simone,
I've never had issues with her.
Drop her fucking link.
Like I said before, I don't watch either one of these. I actually have not watched any of their videos in regards to me or what they've said about me. I've gotten screenshots of stuff, people telling me, which it doesn't matter. It's counterproductive.
I still haven't, and that's a fact. The only ones that I've watched are Vada's sitting on panel with Molly, stuff like that. Otherwise, I've never watched EKC except short little clips. I've never seen a Renelle video. I've never seen a Nini Marie video. I've never seen a Charlotte on the Web video about me. None of it. Never watched them, and I won't. Live Life Whimsically constantly is tagging me in videos. All of those people, I won't watch them. It's Jackie Snotty, like a bunch of weird people. And I'm like, nope, no interest. Carry on.
Productive to what my intentions are in this story at all. So going back and talking about them is
Oh, Michelle, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so sorry that you've been going through depression. It's unfortunate that I can't just reach out and hug you all, because I know some of you guys are really going through it, and I wish I could, do something more than just tell you you're not alone. Don't ever feel like you're alone. There's always somebody. The light's always on, as Safari says. The light's always on. You matter. You're valued. You're worthy. Don't forget that. Do not ever forget that. You want to say hi right quick?
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Whoops. Look who's home.
Hello.
Cash, Cantonio's home.
Hey, Cash.
All right, we're almost done. I gave Cash a wrench.
Okay.
He's been trying to find his purple dildo, though.
Isn't worth it.
She's good. I know I'm done.
Kyle's response. Kyle just stopped in his tracks. Oh.
I know. I'm going in this because I'm gonna take a shower later. In a couple hours, I gotta take a shower.
More like a couple weeks. Gonna take a shower.
All part of the plan. Just watch as it plays out.
Let's just remember something, people. Vaughn's still laying in that bed, and it's a rumor. We don't know for sure. Justin and I don't know for sure, and neither does Vaughn's family.
If you know it's just a rumor and not verified, why are you even passing it off to your following? Because this right here is intentionally mislaying misinformation.
I don't know if it's true that the rumor that she can't see Vaughn.
They've been trying to get that rumor to.
Oh my goodness, this makes me so mad. They had everybody believing for a period of time that the hospital was shut down, that they were on lockdown, that Dre couldn't even see Marvon. And we know for a fact that was never the case. Dre herself has cleared that up and said that that was never the case. But it's just frustrating to hear this again.
Stick for over 6 weeks now. 6 weeks that they've been saying this without verification or proof. Not a single time have they had verification.
It's true.
Crazy. So proud of herself too. Look,
You here for the BBC? So
she is all over the place. All over.
This early in the morning?
she goes from talking about Marvon in his state to, that's a Laura thing.
That's what you titled your video, isn't it, Molly?
Tia's live from last night. Go to 25 minutes. Wow.
There is a post on my Facebook page that somebody that's associated with that channel sent me. If you want to see that BS, go on over to my Facebook. They've been playing this game for a while now.
I thank people for, you've got these exposed channels, and some of them are just bullshit and lies.
Challenge you. Prove it. Prove that I'm lying about what's going on with Letitia. Prove that I'm lying that these things happened with the admins of that group. Prove it, Molly.
Still have not to this day been able to prove a single lie that I've told. Not a single one.
But the ones that are exposing the truth and in a classy way.
Can one of y'all send Molly a dictionary off her Amazon wish list? Because that's something I think she actually needs to have handy. Because she keeps referring to them as classy. I guess to me, the term would be shady, not classy. When you're altering images to pass stuff off like this.
That would be Charlotte and Tia. They don't fly off the handle like I do. But
I don't know if Taya and Charlotte are connected at all.
I can't control it. All right. If I don't go now, Robin's going to kill me. I'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Y'all want to know the song I have stuck in my head this morning? Turn your volume down if you don't want to hear me singing.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain of fools. Chain, chain, chain. Chain of fools.
You're welcome. Now the rest of you can all be stuck in my head with me today. Hey, by the way, it's nail day. Anybody got any ideas of what you suggest I should get on my nails this time? Colors, anything like that? If you've made it this far, tell me in the comments below what.
Oh my goodness. And guess what? That's my ring and my finger too. That sent them wild. They were comparing my hands to everybody. That's why I kept doing that shit, because I was having too much fun with them. Okay, where did we leave off? Let's check and see where we left off so we know. Because we're going to pick, I'm enjoying this. We're not going to do every single video I've done because that's just impossible. But a lot of these pre-records are packed with information. And when people say I don't drop receipts, it's because I've done so many videos that it becomes redundancy. So I figured, like I said the other day, they're going to continue to lie on me, make this a personal attack, continue to come at my real life. I'm just going to come back to where I always go, the facts. I am working on something else that's pretty big. It's going to cause an explosion on the internet. You know, like we're good for over here, but it is what it is. I don't deal with liars. Don't lie to me. There won't be a problem. Don't fuck and spit in my face with bullshit time and time again. There isn't no need for me to even worry about anything, right? That's how I feel. Yes, I agree, Outlaw. 100%. 100%. Look at you now, you guys. Now you know that my personality. Now, okay. Going back, I gotta ask you guys this before we leave. We will rock you. I can't remember the rest of it. And then we'll stomp you, throw you on the ground. I don't remember the rest of it. I know the cat's climbing the curtains. Where'd she go? Bad kitties. Anyways, okay, so my question to you guys all is, now that you know my personality, are you guys shocked? Like, is it the same with the voice changer from when I was anonymous? I'm this exact same. With or without the voice changer and being anonymous, nothing has changed. That's to me. Is it different for you guys? I just wonder. It's wild for me to listen to it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so me, even with because for me, I was like, you got blood on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your ass all over the place. See, I just need to hear it. Okay. I was wondering, it was so hard. I tried so hard to like keep myself under wraps and like not have elevation or like be goofy or like start singing. And then it just started coming out. I couldn't contain it anymore. You can tell in the beginning that I was really like trying to be really like monotone. I was trying to be spanky. And then I couldn't hold it back anymore in my personality. And it was a roller coaster. But I know, Sheila, you always have. Some of you guys have been here for moment one with me. So many of you guys have been here for moment one. That's the crazy thing is people always get freaked out about the numbers. Like they would be freaking out right now because like 2 weeks ago we had 700 in here. No, like, first of all, I'm off my schedule. Secondly, I don't care about the numbers. You guys are what matter to me. Like, you guys want to know the truth. I don't care about any of that stuff. It comes and goes. Plus, we're losing off some people that are good to see go. We're going to have some fluctuation and we're okay with that. Okay. Don't everybody freak out. Yeah. I was so like, fuck it. Here we are. You know, what are you going to do? A lot of you guys were in the bushes. Yeah. Saucy for sure. You came out a couple times and said hello, but that was it. And you didn't really like me at first. You were, well, not that you didn't like me. You side-eyed me. You were really unsure. Nikki was another one, but Nikki and me Nikki would call me on shit and ask me questions. It was great. You found me after I showed myself. Oh, thank you, Lane, so much. I know, T. I know a lot of you guys were here the day I was doxxed. And a lot of the people here were so upset when I turned my camera on. They were like, They were happy that I did because it was a slap in the face and it proved them all right that I wasn't KJ. It was a pat on their back for believing in me. Like, because a lot of you did. You were like, I know, but I know there was still that pit of your stomach of, what if I'm wrong? Like, it could be. And I think it was also like a celebration. It was like a freedom celebration that you guys weren't wrong. I was who I was, not associated. Like, I think it was a great moment. I just felt bad because people were so upset, really upset. Like, people are still upset about it because it was one thing for them to dox me, but they doxed the fuck out of Kyle, like, for no reason. None. But then even when they did that, that was the wrong thing to do. Oh, really, Hope? That's crazy. You like the mystery. Yeah. Oh, saucy. I like that. But just for me, I love it though. I love how you guys like, I love that. Because I'm the same way. Like, I will hang out somewhere for quite a while and not make myself known and not chat and not anything, just to kind of get the feel of the place. And I love that. And plus, people grow on you. Like, you don't know what to really. December, KB, it's Beaver Butt Juice. The title of the video is Beaver Butt Juice. I got doxxed in that video. They came in and somebody had created an account of Kyle, and they came in and doxed my information. But the day previous to that, Penelope had made a community post and put out a bunch of private information, identifying information of me. So she had doxed me, and then she had taken it down. And then the next day, so I kind of had a feeling it was coming. So the next day there was an account that somebody created. I guess that is claiming that it was an account I created to dox myself because the IP they've tried something with IP addresses, all this shit. There was no reason for that. There would have been no reason for it. First of all, I would have had my hair done and been dressed for it. Like, no. If I was going to dox myself that day, I would have been ready for it, like stupid asses. And I would have never doxed Kyle's business. Ever. Never, ever. Yeah, the fact that they did it to Kyle really pissed me off. That was the only thing that made me mad. Oh, yes. And it was hard for me. I teetered on it for a long time because it was really pissing me off. The blatant lies and being called everybody else and being discredited because the assumptions that I was friends with somebody. It was so weird to me. So I really had teetered on, maybe I should just be who I am. It was getting hard for me to hold back. And then it was taken from me. Then they started threatening me with it and making up lies about me in November. Like, I had teetered with it back and forth because I wasn't hiding from anything. I just had no clue what I was getting into. So I used a voice changer, whatever. But man alive, I was glad I didn't. Kitten Claus, thank you so much. I don't know what the future holds for us. We've got a list of shit to get through. There's so much there's so much content we could do. Like, there's so much, but we're going to do some more of these timeline things. We're going to have some fun tomorrow, probably laid back, kick back. We might do a fun review of one of the WCIA videos just to kind of break up the monotony, because she did one on Where's Molly, and it's fucking hysterical. Yes, Saucy, absolutely. Yeah, Michelle, that really pissed me off too, because he didn't do anything to anybody. He still hasn't done. Kyle's the nicest guy ever. Kyle is a man. He's not a bitch either, like many of the men out here. He is a fucking man. That man goes to work every single day, provides for 3 kids that are not biologically his own. 2 aren't mine. Like, he's a hell of a man. And he's genuinely the nicest man one of the nicest men you'll ever meet. Like, there was just no point, but it showed me how dirty they were. So it is what it is. Hey, Rook. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed this. And he's handsome. Yes, he is. And he's just a doll. Yeah, it's, and it's just funny. They don't want us to talk about the proof. Oh, yes. Kyle's the most dangerous, probably with a jackhammer. The machine. Yes, Patty, the machine lady. Oh my God, she's funny. That shit. Oh God, I really started worrying about Nunya on that day. I was like, Nunya's lost it. Nunya understands the shit. Yeah, Kyle's a great sport too. Kyle like goes along. He's just a good man. And it's interesting though. It just shows a lot of, you see who people are by what they do, and it's whatever. I don't know. That's the craziest thing to me too. They're still so upset about me being doxxed. Why? I'm not bitching about it. The only reason why we talk about it is just because it's part of the history of what happened, and they try to rewrite history and throw shade on it. No, nobody over here is bitching about it. We're all good. Like, some of you might not like to look at me, but you can shut your camera off. Like, you can turn me off and watch me or just listen to me too. It's just crazy. The puppies, yeah, they're crazy. All right, y'all, I gotta go make dinner for the man. I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what time. Today I was getting ready to come on at 1, and Kenzie decided right at the last minute, Mom, can you take me to the doctor? She feels so shitty. She's so sick. So I was like, yes, of course. So I drove her to the doctor, and then it took us 2 hours. So anyways, we will see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully they'll feel good enough to manage, but no promises. Have a great evening, y'all. Enjoy your 420. All of my herbalist buddies out there, if you're not an herbalist, enjoy it. Diet Coke, whiskey, whatever your choice is, and have a wonderful evening. Remember, do something nice for yourself. Self-care. We need to get back into that. Good night, y'all.